Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have for you from the Ocarina of Time Randomizer 12 MQ tournament a Group 1 matchup between Rafa and ksinjah. On tracking today, we have Carolina and Mr. Moxie, and I'll pass it over to our commentary team of Alka and KLO. Take it away, you two.
Hello, everyone. So, yeah, 12 Master Quest tournament. Very exciting race. This is a pretty cool match to see. How are you feeling, Flo? Match is starting soon, I think. So yeah, we have a stone start, which means we will have to do an extra dungeon in this seed, which is I'm very excited for it. I love playing more Master Quest dungeons, and Minuet start is one of the best songs to have. So great start so far. We also have Agile Start, which means that we will spawn at Temple of Time, since this is Season 8 settings with Master Quest dungeons. And we will have our 3 Foolish Hints instantly in the seed. Alright, we are starting right now. So Rafa is immediately checking. We have Shadow, Jabu. I missed one dungeon. Oh, we have Spirit required, let's go.
There we go. Thank you, Discord. So as we said, we do have Spirit required. Who else do we have required? We have Shadow Temple, Water Temple, Fire Temple, Jabu, and Dodongo's Cavern. So a nice selection. You get to skip Forest Temple. You get to skip Deku.
I think that's probably my favorite selection of Master Quest dungeon required.
Straight away with the path, Kakariko is path to the Light Arrows, Evil's Bane. Personally, I like Master Quest Forest, and it's also nice in these settings because you really don't need that many items to beat it.
But I like all Master Quests, so I have to make one my worst. Ooh, Spirit is foolish.
Like Fire Temple, but
Spirit is foolish. That's actually pretty insane when it's required.
It is the densest dungeon. It has the highest number of items in it, but most of those items are locked behind needing a lot of items. So
yeah, that makes sense.
So it's understandable.
The item that has the biggest chance of being in Master Quest Spirit is definitely Hammer, because it's basically only required for one check and the end of a dungeon. So yeah, considering it's foolish.
As someone did mention in the chat, that the fact that it is foolish does make me worried that it's going to be all dungeons. The reason it would be one of the reasons Spirit Temple could be empty is if you need all of the other items in the game to even get in there.
That's a good chance to have Requiem on Ocarina of Time at this point.
Yeah.
But considering Spirit requires the biggest amount of items, it could just be because it's the last dungeon in logic. Like, you could have Longshot as the go mode item in the seed, and that would make Spirit very foolish.
On the plus side, since Spirit Temple is the Shadow Medallion, I think it was, it means you can't get into Ganon's Castle. To get into Ganon's Castle, you need the Spirit Medallion, the Shadow Medallion, and the Light Arrows. These are the same settings as the currently ongoing Season 8 tournament, just with Master Quest switched on.
Yeah, and considering we already have 2 paths to the Evil Bane, it's going into that direction very quickly.
Yeah.
We have Kakariko and Graveyard path to Evil's Bane, so might be very early items.
And we know that it's not going to be the song, because the song we got hinted at the Temple of Time was Serenade being in the graveyard. So it's items that we'll find as a path.
That's very interesting because that means that Prelude is in London range. So even if it's foolish, you might actually just go into London range for Prelude. That's good enough.
Honestly, even if it was Serenade, I'd still go in there. Extra,
Yeah.
there's no great way to get to Lake without Serenade, so you might as well.
Ooh, Hammer. That's actually really good right now.
Speaking of the hammer,
Yeah,
that
that's
opens
a very
up,
good
that
chance.
cracks open a lot of the seeds.
Yeah, that's a very good chance that we have Redead Grave having light arrows at this point.
And a
And that
pack of
would
bomb
kill
shoes
instantly 2 path
right
hits.
next to them. So one thing to note about Master Quest, if you haven't played it before, is that bomb chews become a lot more important. With
And they are
Spirit
also
Temple in
low.
particular. Yeah,
Sorry.
Spirit Temple particularly logically requires bomb chews. Hard requires bomb chews even. You need to
Yeah.
blow up boulders at a distance. But they can also be used for a number of skips. The biggest skip you can do with bomb chews is skipping the entire block push room in Forest Temple. So having them nice and easy,
Yeah, but
having
the
them
logic
nice and early, just
the logic doesn't account for you finding bomb shoes. They account for you having a bomb bag, because with a bomb bag you are able to get shoes. So that's what we are looking for.
because of how
Also,
awkward it is to pick them up.
it's
Because of how awkward it is to pick them up, the carpet salesman is not logically considered.
it's also much easier to find bomb shoes in Master Quest because you have 7 packs of bomb shoes instead of 5.
Yeah, 2 extra packs in Spirit Temple get shuffled into the mix.
So I think at this point we will not have path to Morpha, Balrinade, and Volvagia in this seed.
Or Bongo. I don't think we'll be getting past
Yeah,
anyone.
I don't think we'll get Mongo either.
No, it's likely only to be paths to the Shadow Medallion, Spirit Medallion, and the Light Arrows.
It's
So
pretty
we've already got
unlikely-
2 Light Arrow paths.
Yeah, it's still pretty unlikely to get a King Dodongo path hint, so there's a good chance we only have like Queen Luova and Evil's Bane fighting together for the highest number of spots.
Yeah, it's true. We get 5 path hints. Someone's gonna get the most.
Yeah. So the bare minimum that Spirit requires to be beaten is basically nearly all items. One of the most important points is that you need the long shot and the hammer, which already guarantees that Morpha and Volvagia path hints will not exist in this seed. Unless there's some very strange hovers path at this point.
Theoretically, you could have Iron Boots waiting to Morpha, but I don't think we're going to see it in this.
Yeah, there's very little chance.
But as you said, to beat Spirit Temple, you are required to have. Let's see, 2
Everything
strengths
that is
and the
not
mirror
good.
shield. Yeah, 2 strengths and the mirror shield. The long shot, the hammer, Zelda's lullaby, and that's only adult spirits. So
Yeah, you also need bombs.
bombs too to buy bomb shoes.
Logically, Requiem. Most of the time.
Yeah, almost always. Sometimes the fire arrows.
Yeah, fire arrows are pretty important in that dungeon. You might also, in very rare cases, need every single child song besides Saya.
Yeah, we'll cross the Symphony Check bridge when we get to it, if we get to it.
Yeah, the strategy of this check is it doesn't exist as long as it's not your bosky.
Graveyard has come up pretty empty so far.
We got a bow
There is a
It could be a
bow,
bad
but
bow. So
it could. It's path to light arrows. It's not path to firing the light arrows, though. So the light arrows would need to be locked behind the bow somehow.
yeah, we have Kakariko and Graveyard Path to Eversbane. So far, the only things we got is the bow in Graveyard. The bow actually locks way more things in Master Quest than in normal dungeons, so it has a higher chance of being a path item in these settings.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it does involve all of those checks are within dungeons. So if the light arrows are locked behind the bow, one of those bow checks, it's gonna be a while until we find out what.
It could be light arrows in the Kakariko, actually. Considering Kakariko is also path to Eversbane.
That's very true. That is very true. That would fulfill both of those paths. You wouldn't want it to fulfill those paths because that would completely make those 2 of your 5 hints useless, but
I don't think that's useless. It would mean that your bow is definitely path, which is a very good info to get. But yeah, that would be
decent.
kind of...
You would like to think you'd be doing this check on your way out of the graveyard anyway.
Yeah, but Rafa didn't do it yet. Probably to save money for buying a shield. I'm hoping he's doing it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, since you get a discount on the shield the first time you buy it, if you go up there with 99 rupees, you are guaranteed to have enough money left over to do the shooting gallery. If you do the shooting gallery first, then you need to go pick up 1 rupee in order to get that shield.
Rafa has to do his best at the minigame, unfortunately, because otherwise he doesn't have enough rupees to retry.
Yeah, you get a free retry if you hit 8 rupees. Unfortunately, hitting those 8 rupees when you know you're not gonna get the prize does eat up some time.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Nice save.
One more. There we go. Called it.
Yep,
Okay,
that does make sense.
And that solves our path, so bow is definitely path. Well, that's a good thing to know, at least, that your graveyard path is already solved. So you don't need to force your way into Tempe digging. Like, you still want to do it, but maybe you are not aggressively routing it now.
Yeah, you get to ignore those 2 hints. They're not going to pull you off of the correct path. Unfortunately, they don't give you any information on the rest of the dungeon.
Well, if we get magic, we can farm money by firing light arrows at enemies.
Yeah, you can. I've done it exactly once in a race before. There's only one time it's ever been useful, but you can do that.
Yeah, you can also use the strat I learned in the last race I have watched, which is you can stun Stalfos with light arrows.
You can? Huh.
Yes,
you can. More you know. More you know.
Yeah,
and
Rob did it.
To be fair, in Master Quest, being able to do extra stuff to Stalfos is useful. Every adult dungeon. Yes, every adult dungeon has Stalfos in it.
Yeah, I think that's right. And there are some free Stalfos rooms, especially in water. Water has a lot of Stalfos.
Yeah, 9 Stalfos, I think.
There's 2 rooms with 3.
2 rooms with 3, 1 with 1.
Yeah, that sounds right, at least. Alright, we are doing Out of Logic the Dongos Cavern, which makes a ton of sense right now. It's a required dungeon. It has a ton of checks. We are isolating a lot the Lava Heirloom chest because we don't have a fire source. That check if we get the entry into the Dodongo's cavern in logic, would actually be in logic because child can do it with sticks.
To clarify, there is a check in this next room that requires you to light 3 torches. The game expects you to do it as child with Deku sticks, but because this is rando, you don't want to be in Dodongo's cavern as a child. Makes this one of the more awkward checks in the game, as you will almost always end up leaving it behind and hoping it doesn't end up being anything. This is what both of our runners are going to be doing.
Okay, so Rafa is about to kill 3 Dodongos, spawn this chest, and most likely reset. Because he is done with the front checks of the Dodongo's cavern at this point.
Yeah, big chunks of Dodongo's cavern are essentially dedicated to spiders in rando. The area with the staircase has 1 scrub and 2 spiders. The entire child side has a scrub and a spider.
Ooh, that's
Only
bad.
this middle bit and the back has them.
Very disappointing Neighbor's Love right now. Okay. Ooh, oh, that's really bad. So this could be a reason why the Spirit Temple is foolish actually. If you have Vanilla Requiem, OoT Epona, and Longshot in GGG, that's GG.
On the plus side with that is that when it comes to finding your items for all dungeons, you are limited in where they can be. It cuts the entire Gerudo area out of your all dungeons hunt.
Yeah. But that also guarantees that your Longshot is behind Epona if that happens, which is not great. Because you would still have to basically full cover Gerudo region.
That wouldn't be too long a time frame, because a lot of Gerudo training grounds in Master Quest requires the long shot.
Actually true, yeah. It's like it's very easy to do out of logic, but out of logic means long shot is not there. So it's basically worthless.
So far, though, Dodongo's cavern is coming up empty.
Yeah,
we are limited.
So
yeah, we are limited to 1 foolish dungeon hint. So, since Spirit is the most dense dungeon and is the hinted foolish, theoretically all our dungeons could be foolish, and it would never tell us. So,
yeah, the funniest thing right now is that we 17 minutes into the run, we will have 2/3 of the items needed to cross into Gadon's castle, and we will most likely not cross that bridge for 3 hours.
Yep, so we are seeing one of the more tricky out of logic aspects of Dodongo's cavern, beating King Dodongo with bomb chews. It's never one I've been able to get. If you set up a ground jump, you can force feed the king a bomb chew like that. It's more finicky than it looks.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad.
Normally I wait until first trend.
Yeah, it's not too bad with ground jump. Just need to like nail a little of a timing, but it's not that bad of a timing. It's when you don't use ground jumps because you don't have a shield. It's kinda really bad.
When you're doing this strategy, you're doing it early, and the earlier in the game, the less likely you are to have a shield.
Yeah. Well, Rafa did the King Dodongo like pretty fast for someone that doesn't have bomb bag or strength, so he didn't lose much time on doing it early, and now he knows that the dungeon is basically fully dead unless Lava Room has something. So getting ahead on progression is always a good thing. Ooh,
it is, but ksinjah has opened up the Dodongo mouth, so coming back here once you've got a warp song isn't a huge time investment to go complete the dungeon. Yeah. It's not like you need to go redo forest or shadow.
Okay, so we already have fire arrows and bow. Bow is path. So considering magic is required in a lot more dungeons than in usual settings, this could be a very early forced use of fire arrows.
It could be. Fire is or a fire source is required in Fire Temple and Water Temple. There's a lot more usage of Din's Fire in the intended playthrough of this game.
Yeah, it's also useful in Spirit Temple, like we said earlier, and it helps speed up Forest Temple a little.
A little bit, yeah. More importantly than fire arrows, we've managed to get 40 nuts within the first 20 minutes.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, and we've also got an early Zelda's Lullaby too, which is nice because these fairy fountains can be incredibly awkward to get back to.
That's a pretty good find right now.
That is
So
a
the
pretty good
path could be because it locks this hookshot. Like you need to blow up Link the Go Around with bow, and it could lock all 3 strength, all 3 bomb bags, and like everything else basically.
Yeah, it's an interesting possibility. We know that that bow locks all the other bows, so that's one possible.
Ooh, Bolero being vanilla is actually pointing in that direction too. So
Yeah,
wait, what?
even more bomb shoes
Oh,
in
that is
the.
that bomb too?
There's even more bomb shoes in the crater wall. As we said, 7 bomb chew packs. You are likely to stumble into one. We've stumbled into 2 in the wild and 1 on the 40 skulls, I think it was.
Yeah. Okay, Burning Cat Requiem. That tells us a huge story right now. It could be you still have like your long shot locked by Epona, and Requiem now is locked by completing water. So your Requiem is definitely long shot locked in this one. So
Rafa
there's
has gone.
literally 0 chance you can get a foot in spirit besides the lobby room without your long shot at this point.
So Rafa has gone child without heading into the crater and picking up that hook shot. That is gonna be a bit of an issue. Not during this child 1, but when he goes back adult, it's gonna be interesting to see how long it takes him to loop the crater back in. I mean, without the hook shot, he is going to be pretty bottlenecked into what he can do as an adult. So
I'm actually kind of shocked he didn't go behind Link the Goron, because Link the Goron is a path bow. Like
Yeah.
we have a path bow. That's one of the first things you want to check.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't be chasing the path bow. I mean, it's just you have Zelda's Lullaby and you have a hammer. You can clear the whole of the crater and the trail fairy too.
Yeah, that's also true.
Not having a hook shot isn't going to harm him for child 1. You know, can't use a hook shot as a child. We'll see what he pulls out. There might just be a hook shot here.
Okay, already a repeat for Shadow Trial. Ooh, that's a nice Kokiri sword placement. Unfortunately
Kokiri
for
sword.
Rafa, this is a stone dungeon.
It's a stone dungeon, but it does have 8 items in it. You can't get to 2 of them. You can peek one of the 2, but
Yeah, that's a bit
speaking
of an
of
issue right
locking
now.
strength,
We need Slingshot for one of these items, and the Song of Time for the other.
at least with the Song of Time check, you can see it. You can peek whether it's a big chest or not. Whether you need to come
Don't even
back.
need to like
One.
roll clip with C up. You just like look at the Song of Time block, and if you see a part of a chest, then it's a gorge one. So
One thing I'll note is that I was wrong. That wasn't bomb choosing the crater wall. That was our first strength.
where was the strength? Oh, wait, it's
It
the
was in the
DMC
crater
wall?
walls. In the DMC
Yeah,
wall,
that's
correct. So
just
that is
hammer a lot,
not...
actually.
Yeah, that's not bow locked. You are able to get there with just the hammer. It is awkward though, because it expects you to go up the vanilla way, up past Big Oron, climb the entire trail, and do the incredibly slow climb of the wall. Yes, you need the
Yeah,
bow to get into the south crater, the lower crater. You can get into
but
the upper crater with just the hammer.
yeah, you can just jump slash the boulders on the MT and climb up. Alright, so Ksinjah is doing a pretty fulfilling route right now.
Yeah.
The strength is
Just being that
actually
extra
really
thorough.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, just that extra little bit of thoroughness, and is able to complete Forest Temple already. We have all dungeons.
Ooh.
We have a slingshot. We have the Kakiri sword. We have minuet, bow, hookshot, and strength. Opponent's song
We
is in logic.
we actually don't need strength to beat Forest, but yeah.
Logically, you do, I believe, because the bomb chew trick is a trick, so it still
Nah,
expects you to push the...
you can just shoot a bow to the crystal, I think. In vanilla you can't because you
I'd-
don't have a bow yet, but in rando you usually have a bow.
I'll need to double check the logic on that, but whether we need the strength or not, it's still in logic. So
Yeah, we
you
have
don't want
Requiem
it,
in logic right
but
now.
it's in logic.
So we saw a hint that is really bad, which is Rudo's letter is on Big Oron. So we need that.
It does mean that it's a decent chance it's going to be the claim check is the item we find.
Valley is path to Twin Rover. Okay, that's a pretty good hint to have right now. So you definitely
Unless it's
don't
the
want to
long...
isolate.
Unless our path in the valley is the long shot and the hammer chest, but...
No, actually, that would actually be very interesting. Like you go to Valley, you get your 2 free checks, and suddenly you see, wait, didn't get a path item, and suddenly you know everything about the seed.
There's a lot of information you can start assuming based on these paths. Whether
If
that comes to fruition or not is different.
yeah, if you get nothing in Child Valley, that means that you need to do all dungeons for sure, 100%.
Well, probably do.
Nah, yeah. Oh, Lake Halia is path to King Dodongo, so we have a path bomb bag.
So we do get... or a item that locks all the bomb bags. Although
Yeah, that's
the number of items that unlock enough things to unlock the bombs is probably low. So it's most likely just a bomb bag in maybe Child, Lake.
yeah.
There
Valley
are
Lake.
no more path hints in Master Quest, so it is just exactly the same settings as Season 8, just with Master Quest switched on for all dungeons.
Yeah, there's a very good chance we like Valley Lake is the absolute best play of this seed, considering we have Valley and Lake path. Also, we have Zora River path to Twin River, and that's our last path hint.
It is interesting to have all of the path hints already within half an hour. So, really, it's time to start putting the routing together now. As you said, Valley Lake is the best option here. Clear out 2 of them at once.
Yeah, and I think that's the highest priority right now. But since you're already here, you really want to clear the DQ Master Quest. It's not a like it's still a very fast dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
only slightly slower, to be honest. You need to do a bit more in the basement, but it has one extra item in it compared to
yeah, there's 3
vanilla.
items in the basement.
There are 7 checks in vanilla Deku and 8 in this one, and there's a big chest.
And that's good news.
There's the other issue when all your stone dungeons are available and completable early is the chance of items being in there is so much higher. And there's
Okay.
a long shot.
Well, that changes a lot of things right now. So this
Yeah.
is suddenly not all dungeons, probably, unless
It
you
may
have like
still
Mirror
logically
Shield on
be.
HBA. Mirror Shield on HBA would make it all dungeons still, but it's much less likely now.
I think if this is all dungeons, the likely option is that the Lens of Truth is in Spirit is locked away, either in Gan's castle or in the Colossus area.
Like
If Requiem is in the Colossus, then it still
not,
expects us to cross the wasteland, and
it's
if
on
the
the
lens
back.
is locked.
If it's AD's Boski in Spirit Symphony Room, that's not the only possibility. You can have like Mirror Shield in HBA, things like this. But that's one of the possibilities.
It is a possibility. It's not one you want to see. I can't remember what the chance of Boski landing in that room is.
I kind of want to see one Symphony Room required one day. Besides that stupid random settings link seed I did one day, where Trend 3 was in Symphony Room and locked the light items.
Well, there's our Lens of Truth. It is on the chickens.
Well,
Collecting chickens will give you the Lens of Truth.
So that's not a buried lens.
Not at all. It's Sphere Zero.
So
there is, and I believe it's on the wiki. I think.
Yeah. I know it by heart. Okay, that's the big chest.
It's a big chest.
You're not opening this.
Yeah.
You also don't want.
Fortunately, I believe it is hard required. It is hard required to get Song of Time to open this.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure it is. Unfortunately,
yeah,
it does
that's the
involve
risk
coming
of
back
doing
to
Deku without Song of Time. But
I think in this case, when it's a stone, it's probably worth coming in, doing what you can. If it was a required dungeon, I'd hold off. When it's available this early, the chance of you finding something useful in here is quite high.
Yeah. Okay, so B1 skip is the exact same with one added difficulty. Deku Baba is the pain in the ass. So yeah, use a nut. That's enough.
Luckily with Deku nuts, it isn't too awful.
Yeah, you can kill it with the Inspire.
As long as you remember to hold. I mean, you can kill it with a slingshot too, but it's just slow.
3, 1, 2.
Yep, that is true. As mentioned in chat, we can defrost King Zora now too, once we get a bottle. As we can use the long shot to get to training grounds, and then once we need magic to get blue fire. But once we get magic, we can then go into Gerudo training grounds, where there is a blue fire source, which we would be able to use to defrost King Zora and start that prescription chain. because we have
Yeah.
Ruto's letter on Bigoron.
Yeah, we have 2 torches to light up to be able to access that blue fire in GTG. Unfortunately, we already have a fire arrow, so that's a good part of the
Yeah, we
way
do have
done.
the fire arrows. We're only one night. We are only one item away from having a available fire source.
Honestly, at this point, there's a huge chance that the Queen Lova items are just pointing to water and Jabu.
There is our other strength. That's strength 2 on Queen Goma. So Rafa will be coming out of adult. Will be coming into adult 1 with the Forest Temple equipment.
Yeah,
Ksinjah will be coming out with strength 2 and longshot.
we also have most of the items for Lake Halia. There are only 2 checks we cannot do right now, which is actually amazing at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
And we can pick one of them, which is right here. I see absolutely nothing. That's a strength. That's a strength 3 in Lake.
That's a 3rd strength in Lake. That'll be interesting if that is our path to King Dodongo.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it.
Would be if it is, it's particularly awkward for Rafa, who is coming out of here with strength 2 at maximum.
Yeah. I'm expecting Ksinjah to go into Deku as soon as he gets Kokiri Sword. But yeah, no Saria yet. He's getting it right now. And then, oops, back to Lost Woods. And then, oops, back to Deku. The Song of Time is kinda late in this seed. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, normally it's not too bad having a late Song of Time. It's just unfortunate that the one chest we have had that is locked by it so far has had a big item in it. Normally the Song of Time is required more often, but for things like late training grounds or
Shadow,
a couple of checks, it's Shadow, getting into the Mirror Hand area of Spirit, the later areas of the game.
Yeah, you also could need Song of Time to reach the Sandblock room.
Lake strength to DC. I see in the chat. It's possible. There is the possibility of that. I think it's more likely that it's going to be Bombag and Adult Lake.
Yeah, I also think the same. Like the strength 3 is extremely weak in Master Quest, especially since there's like it's basically guaranteed that Ganon's Castle has nothing. So if it's strength 3, it's OGC, and that's it.
Some in the chat mentioning Shoot the Sun. That's a possibility. Longshot is available, but then so is Fishing, and so is the Lab Roof. So
Yeah,
they're all as equally likely as each other at this point. We're still in Logic. And we just have a lot of items for being 36 minutes in.
Yeah.
Ninja's going to be leaving with a long shot, a strength 2, knowledge of where strength 3 is, a bow, one of the stones.
At this point, I'm expecting Rafa to do this, then go to Gerudo Valley, go back to Lake, take the Owl, and go to River.
And hover boots as well in Goron City here. We've got so many of the items so early.
That's
while
really bad.
While it sounds nice to have all of the items this early, it means when it comes to the more awkward items, there are so many places you can go to. And when it comes to getting the iron boots for Water Temple, there's so many places it can be.
I don't think there's many places Iron Boots can be, actually. Because Ruto's letter is already hinted on Bigoron. We need to fulfill the path to Spirit. We already have a hammer. We have an idea of where Bombag could be. We have the long shots. We have the strength. We have so many things already. The path to Twin Lova kinda has to be 2 of the 4 items we need to beat Spirit. So it's I mean by logic, it's Ruto's Letter, Boomerang, Mirror Shield, and Iron Boots. So I think there's actually a good chance we get Iron Boots really soon.
Why would we need iron boots for spirit?
For Water Temple for Requiem.
It is a possibility. I think it's more likely going to be the fire, the magic, since it locks more of the game at the moment.
That's also possible. Oh, that's a scale.
And there's our scale to get our strength 3, strength 2 in Rafa's case.
Ooh, that's
One thing that
bad.
one thing that could end up happening here is, since Rafa is going to be picking up that strength 2, might get pulled away from the strength 3, might get pulled away from the crater area to get that long shot.
Yeah. That scale is bad news right now.
Yeah. It gives him stuff to do, it just pulls him away from the places he needs to be right now.
Yeah. But I think
Ksinjah
it's
almost managing to put a bomb under Hot Rodder.
I think it's basically guaranteed that we have the burning catch song logically required for bridge at this point, considering our hint spread.
Yeah, it's likely that is the situation.
I think it's
Child Spirit
guaranteed because like Jabu needs 2 items that are not needed for spirits, which is really rare. Let's be honest. And there's no path to Balrinade, so I think it's guaranteed now. Requiem is
Child Spirit
logically required.
isn't that much more powerful than it is in vanilla. There are 3 checks that require hard require Requiem.
Yeah, there's
Key
the
logic. You're less likely to be Requiem locked via small key logic, but if the boss key's on one of those 3.
there's actually 4 items that are child locked. There's the fire enemies at the bottom. There's the map chest, which is free. There's the paradox chest. You need Requiem to pick up the chest. And there's
The 3 I remember.
silver block room chest that you logically need to do to spawn as a child to pick up as an adult. So these 4 checks are locked by Requiem.
Yeah. However, doing that one as a child is one of my least favorite things to do in the game.
Yeah,
so you can get it with bow extension as an adult.
Yeah, it's a very tricky one because you cannot actually see the target, but it's not that bad to do.
Yeah.
It's definitely
If
one
you
of the
can
tricks
do
I would
the
recommend to learn.
Oh, 100%. It saved me in one of my races earlier.
I had a mirror shield
Yeah,
one.
saved me in my first race with hover boots on that chest.
Ooh. Alright, farming money on fogs. Okay, so Ksinjah is going to get Longshot Strength 2, which is huge right now. And most likely
I don't see her leave.
Yeah.
I don't see her leaving Child without doing Valley Lake either. She's got the Valley hint, she's got the Lake hint.
Yeah, she's getting the Strength 3, and I would bet that the first thing she does when she goes back adult is OGC at this point.
We'll be the first one to check whether it is Strength 3 Bomb Bag, which is a funny thing to say, really.
Yeah.
Not something that happens very often.
Also, this scale is most likely locking the other scale, so the likeliness of this is higher. Okay, what is on this freestanding item? It's a path item. Is that magic actually? No, that's irons. Okay, yeah. Was correct.
Oh, it is.
It was a good chance for this. So we can beat. We can actually beat water if the boss key is in the one chest we can do, which is the. Yeah, we can do one chest, which is the torches room. at the bottom.
Can you not do the long shot as well?
A long shot chest?
You'd be able to save quit, jump down, go in and raise the water, and then go back in. You don't need fire. You don't need a fire source for the long shot chest. Everything else you do. As long as you have access to the Zelda's Lullaby pad at the top, then it can expect you to save quit to go into the central pillar. So one of the key differences when it comes to Water Temple logic in Master Quest is that the central pillar door in the middle is not open. You don't need to light any torches or any other situation. You just jump straight in.
Don't you need to light torches in the central pillar to open the grate? And also Song of
need
Time,
the you need to light the torches to open the central pillar door at the bottom, the way into the central pillar chest. You don't need it to use the water raising pad.
Well, we still want magic before going there.
You still definitely want magic before going in because
You need Song of Time endings from MQ Central Pillar, yeah.
Yeah, there's 6 of them, six checks, 4 items, 2 keys. There's very little in Master Quest Water. The front of it's fast, and then there's 2 checks right at the back that are awful.
Yeah, and you need
12
long shot
MQ is 12. Yeah, you need long shot to do those as well. 12 MQ is 12 Master Quest. It means all 12 dungeons are Master Quest. Other than that, this is the same as the currently ongoing Season 8 tournament.
So doing the last
Will
domain
be
right now.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of the
Rafa doing quite a thorough Child 1, which is an interesting change considering he didn't do that thorough an Adult 1.
Yeah.
Zora's Domain might not be the best of spots to go to when you know where Ruto's letter is. I mean, there is the possibility that the prescription's in here, but...
Yeah.
3 stones, 6 meds, GTG, Ice Cavern, and the bottom of the well.
It's actually one less of a dungeon rewards because you start with one.
Yeah.
It's you add Ganon's Castle too. No, Ksinjah, you can't do this. That's a huge problem for Ksinjah right now. He looked at the Song of Time block on the right side. He never saw the big chest. I can guarantee that, and he save and quits instantly.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know.
She
doesn't know.
The first time she did Master Quest was on stream about 3 weeks ago, I think. So little things like that. Unless you've played a seed where that chest is big, you probably don't know where to look.
Yeah. I think she forgets this chest forever now, because she marks it off as a wooden chest.
Yeah.
And if it's required, there's actually a high chance it's an instant forfeit.
The thing is, there's so many items out there that could be that aren't required. You know, we've got 2 bomb bags, 2 bows out there. If Song of Time is locked by them, there's another magic. There's another scale.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things that could be that aren't required. So we'll see if that comes into play.
Sorry, not Iron Boots. I meant Pharaoh's Wing. Sorry.
Yeah, tunics and furrows.
Yeah, tunics, Pharaoh's wallets. There's a lot of things that could be there. Oh, she's not spitting Queen Goma. That's actually really bad.
It's an interesting An interesting choice as well, having gone into the basement twice.
She failed B1 skip, so she said, "I'm out."
Yeah, I guess it is a
I
trick
guess
you need to practice, or at least think. It's a trick you need that needs a additional level of thinking from regular play. You know, I know that doing basement one skip for me through vanilla is at this point muscle memory. I don't think about what I'm doing. Adding in a big Deku Baba does throw a spanner into those works. As long as you've got nuts, or even if you want to go slower and safer, just shooting it 4 times with a slingshot, there are ways around it. Whether you want to do it or not is a personal choice, isn't it?
so. She might come back from strength one day, at least, because like it's not like she mispicked the item. It's just she would have to come back for boss. I'm just surprised she didn't try harder for this, considering it's in logic right now, and
Yeah.
that there's still a decent chance of being AD.
And one thing that is worth noting is this is Path to King Dodongo. It's not Path to a dungeon that has one copy of an important item. There are other bomb bags out there that we could find. The Master Quest is flush with bomb chews. You know, we found 3 packs already. The chance of running into an out of logic bomb bag isn't 0.
Yeah,
Isn't even close to 0, to be honest.
yeah, that's completely true.
And
Especially as we have
beyond that, there might just
decent-
be a bomb bag in Adult Lake too, and that strength might be completely irrelevant.
I mean, there's a lot of things we can do right now. But the only thing that is really not open so far is Shadow. I think making a dip into like actually no
Taking a
water
dip
and
into the
forest. Yeah, forest is bad because it's a stone. Water and fire you need magic to be able to do good things. So it's not that
yeah,
easy
heading
to get into dungeons. I think your
got
best
3
play
areas. You've
play
got
might
3
actually be
spots really
DTG.
that you want to go. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got 3 spots that you want to go to, and they all basically require fire.
Yeah.
One of them is going to be correct and open the other 2. Which one do you pick though?
I think GTG is actually kind of decent right now. You cannot do left side, but you still have the 2 checks in the lobby and the 3 checks in the maze guaranteed. You can do the Dongo room on the right, which
My
amount to
view is
6
that
checks.
GTG is the correct play, less because of GTG and more because it clears your Valley Way the hero.
Yeah, that's true.
You get to do the Valley Hammer rocks on your way there, so
And you
that
can
would be
tell me
enough
if
to
it's
pay
scale
it
or
for.
not. Yeah, that's definitely a good play to do right now. I'm just scared that that OGC Ferry has something that locks more mags, like magic. If you have magic on the OGC Ferry, that's really bad for buff runners right now.
Yeah, because as you said, there's the correct play for Rafa really right now is going to training grounds, which is no, he can't actually go to training grounds, so it's most likely Rafa will go to the crater and pick up that strength 3 and long shot.
Yeah, Rafa needs the long shot.
He
to
doesn't
get
have
there.
any other option.
He also has access to a song in Crater, so there's more incentive to go there.
Yeah.
Going
Unless
into
he heads
forest.
into oh.
No. Going into forest would be bad. That was what I
As-
was about to say, because
The thing is,
it actually has
I could
less
see
checks
him going
than
in.
vanilla. Yeah. Forest has
I could
way
see
less
him
chance.
going into forest there. I could see him going into forest there because, as far as he knows, the opponent's song's required to get over there. And he's already done one stone, and the other stone is in logic. So there is
Yeah.
there is something to say that you go into Forest Temple to beat it for Epona.
But before doing
Then
Creator
immediately
Song,
find
I'm not too sure.
eh? with the hints we've had, knowing that Spirit must be very deep, I can see doing it. I
You
wouldn't,
don't have Song of
but I can see
Time.
doing it.
Like, Forest can be Longshot locks, Forest can be Song of Time locks, Forest can be locked by items you don't have right now. You definitely at least try to get Song of Time in Creator before committing to this play. So
That's true. There is the song there.
also, you can do one check in Fire Temple, which has had required items so often that is basically something that you need to play when you get access to Fire Temple entrance.
Yeah. It may also have a key for you to sneak something of logic in the hammer loop.
Yeah. Because what is the Borski chest in Vanilla is actually a chest just behind the hammer.
Yeah. I know you said that you like all of Master Quest, but Master Quest Fire is not only not fun, but awfully designed too. In
I
regular
disagree.
playthrough.
I disagree really hard. I actually really like what they did with the dungeon.
Yeah. Well, the hammer and the boss key are both on floor 1.
That
Which
part is true. The rest of the dungeon is basically for skulls.
I mean, there's some fun skull placements in there.
But in Vanilla, the reason you climb is just to like smash the pillar to the
Knock
bottom.
down the pillar, yeah.
Okay, that's strength 3, that's strength 2 for ksinjah. Now she's going to domain. She will do the same route as Rafa, just without killing Goma.
Without that third strength. Was it
Yeah, Rafa will
Crater or
get strength 3
Trail
right
that had
now.
the hook?
Yeah. So
Crater or
longshot
Trail
and
Fairy that had it.
yeah, longshot and strength 3 for Rafa.
It was
Probably
Crater.
going to OGC gets maybe something, and then we like if it's nothing, it's probably GCG. If it's something, I don't know.
If it's nothing, you go to Adult Lake.
I think
He's
you do
already
have...
set the Scarecrow.
Oh yeah, you actually
You
have...
do Adult Lake because if there's nothing in Gan's Castle Fairy, it means your bomb bag's on Shoot the Sun, Adult Fishing, or Lab Roof.
Yeah,
Or something leading
actually,
to
you
the
have
bomb bag.
Serenade, so it's faster.
And from there, you take whatever that is into Training Grounds too. But it really comes down to, is there anything strength locked? And if so, is it just bomb bags? And if it is just bomb bags, where are the other ones? And is ksinjah gonna stumble into it? Even if she's missed strength 3, it's still all to play for. Bailouts
Yeah.
do happen.
Nothing guarantees that the strength 3 is required.
Yeah.
So I'm way more worried about the Song of Time blocking Deku than the strength 3 right now.
I'd agree with you there. Could be anything in the bottom of the Deku tree. Could even be a bomb bag.
Okay, time to... No, Rafa, why are you not doing shoots? You have Samsung, bow, and long shot. Oh yeah, you need the Scarecrow actually. So, but I would have picked the item at least, as to
Yeah.
not have to play
It,
Serenade the
it
second time.
saves you going back up. If you just do the sun, if you just shoot the sun there, you can walk back up once you've got the Scarecrow, other than having to go back up again, regardless. Alternatively, as I often do, I just forget about Shoot the Sun this early until after I've done the other two and go, oh yeah, it's in logic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because normally the long shot is deep, deep in the game. Doing Shoot the Sun without completing Water Temple first isn't hugely common.
Oh yeah, that's Fish Frenzy Hour. That's bad. If like time of day is changing, at the moment you are fishing, the
Yeah,
fish
very,
like goes
very
mad.
start of morning, very end of evening.
Okay, that's not path item, but that's pretty useful.
In Master Quest, particularly, having furrows is nice. There are nicer furrow strats to do in Master
Yeah.
Quest.
Yeah, Jabu, Forest, less in fire. but still.
A number of rooms in Shadow Temple.
Yeah, Shadow loves Pharaoh's Wind. Also, Spirit has good strats too.
Yeah, I mean the Shadow ones, you're not saving a huge amount of time with each strat, but you're saving a little bit of time with each of them, and it makes the whole dungeon feel so much smoother.
Yeah. Okay, that's one bag.
And there's the bomb bag.
Okay, so strength 3 is probably not a punishment to not get.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too sure about that. We
I
did
mean,
find a scale in Valley.
that bomb bag is guaranteed path. There's
Yeah,
no
that
discussion
path,
about it.
that's guaranteed path. But the thing is, unless the hammer chest in Valley has something, then that scale can still be pointing towards strength 3.
That could still be lab dive, so
Could still be lab dive, it is an option. We've got everything we need to do every other silver scale
Wait.
check.
Rafa didn't do lab dive with iron boots and long shots.
I would expect him to do water first.
Yeah, but
Well, I wouldn't have expected him to do it, but I would expect him to be doing that now and then do lab dive on his way out.
but why? You
Because
could
the thing
have
is,
magic in lab dive. Magic in lab dive would make water much nicer.
it is true. It is true. Oh, lab dive was hinted dead.
Oh, it's hinted at. Okay, that makes more sense.
I missed that one.
Okay, so Hammer Rocks most likely has something.
Yeah, that's the likely option.
Yeah,
There is the possibility you've got Mirror Shield or Magic in OGC Fairy, but
I think we have magic or boomerang in Valley. These are
yeah,
like
Magic,
the items.
Boomerang, Mirror Shield, they're all possibilities at this point.
Yeah, we could also have claim check.
That too. We still don't have our item for.
Okay, that's all you can do
Big
in water.
Aura.
Yeah,
gotta hope
magic
that it
is the most likely at this point. Like you don't require magic to build Fire Temple, so
I think it's
even
magic
if you
or
get
the Big
lucky,
Aura. It's magic or the Big Aura an item, really. Those are the two that open up large chunks of the game as opposed to Mirror Shield, which does not.
yeah, and Boomerang doesn't open without the root of
No.
letter anyway.
Because once you've done Hammer Rocks, what's left in the game?
GTG.
A handful of checks in GTG, one in Fire. You're running dry, to be honest.
We did one in Fire. It's Bosky.
Yeah. I was speaking from Rafa's point of view. This was the only thing he hasn't done essentially, outside of training grounds.
Yeah, well, he's doing it before going to Valley, which is valid. Rafa, you cannot do anything else. Oh, actually, yeah, he can do the bottom room, because that's just hammer locked, not magic locked.
Can you do anything in the bottom room without? You can see things, but you need fire for both of these doors.
You can long shot the torch.
You can long shot the torch, but you need fire to open the jail door.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you need fire to open the chest, but you will be able to pick it.
You can see it. It's time investment that I personally wouldn't want to do.
Yeah, same.
At least you know now that it's dead. There's nothing there.
It's not even a key. That's very interesting.
I think this is a trip to forest.
I dislike this. You have a path. You have a path valley.
Yeah, you have a path valley, and if you include a fortress check and a valley check, you have one more item here.
Yeah.
One more item in the valley area than you do in this entire dungeon.
Forest has so little amount of checks in Master Quest. It's really not worth usually. You have less chests and more keys.
Hold on, where's my spreadsheet? I've got a spreadsheet that has all the checks. I think it's 6 items in here.
That's less. That's less than vanilla. You have 6 keys.
It's 8. It's 8 checks in vanilla, if I remember right. 8 items.
Against
Just need
6.
to wait for XL to open up.
And you still don't have Song of Time. So if you have a if you have to go farther into if you have a boss key, you need to beat Wolf's Room anyway to go farther in the dungeon. If you don't do the vanilla free forest route.
So you would either want magic before you come in here, so you can do Furor's Wind strats to skip the problem with Wolfos.
Yeah.
Or
you would
want Song of Time to... I mean, personally, I'd want Song of Time so I could skip the... skip my way... Well, not skip, but head to Green Ghost first.
And to do the Freaky Forest route, you need Song of Time anyway, so... Honestly... Yeah, honestly, I really like the Forest Temple play right now. But this could still pay, so... We will see.
Yeah.
Like, nothing
I mean, it might...
Epona is not... nothing tells us that Epona is not required, so...
Yeah, it might only have 6 items, but it only needs one of them to be useful.
Oh, Fortress is dead? Oh yeah, is that one of our foolish hints? I completely forgot about them.
Yeah, I remembered Spirit. Really, that's the main one I care about.
I saw Spirit in bold and everything else minimized, so...
XL has opened, and there are indeed 6 items in Master Quest Forest.
Yeah.
Which is the second least behind Water Temple. But Water Temple's useless in both.
Yeah, it's...
Actually, I say Water Temple's useless. It's not, because if you have fire, then the early checks in water aren't actually that long.
Yeah.
It's just the 2 in the back
that
are a problem.
Yeah, there's only 2 checks that are bad, and the last check of is very often a sometimes hint. So
There's a dual hint as well that has both of them, which is even better.
I never got the dual hint.
I didn't know it existed until my last race where I had it and was overjoyed. Overjoyed is the word.
Ksinjah also going to water. That makes a ton of sense. Like if you get a boss key, you can beat the dungeon. So
Yeah. And I mean, even though it logically takes a decent amount of time to do the long shot chest, if you've got iron boots, you can pick it up underwater. So if you haven't seen it before, if you hookshot your way into a chest and spam A, then it will consider the chest openable. You're not normally able to open chests underwater.
what am I expecting for MQ Spirit Paradox? MQ Spirit boss key? Literally any of the child checks blocked by Requiem. Like
I would assume it's the boss key, but
you could have a small key and then have a 7 key locked boss key. There's a lot of 7 key locked checks in Master Quest Spirit.
So one thing to note about Master Quest Spirit that can lead to that does make it harder to think about is that the Twin Rover door is only 6 out of 7 keys.
Yeah.
As opposed to regular Spirit Temple key logic, where one key being locked away always locks Twin Rover. In Master Quest Spirit, it only sometimes locks away Twin Rover.
Yeah. If
All comes
Requiem
down
is
to where boss
needed,
key is.
it's if Requiem is needed, it's more often for the boss key. So
And any of the more awkward items that could be hinted path, it's almost always around the boss key. The key thing to think of when it comes to Master Quest Spirit key logic versus normal key logic is normal key logic. You're watching the boss door. In Master Quest, you're watching the boss key.
yeah. The Spirit Temple key logic in Master Quest is actually way easier to parse than the vanilla Spirit key logic.
I wasn't actually quite paying attention to the keys in Forest. I'm not sure whether Rafa would have left because the rest of Forest is long. I think he got locked by the Wolfos chest, so it's now hard Song of Time locked.
That's a good thing. I still think Forest is not a good play right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Maybe the Courtyard of Forest was an all right play.
I think at this point, Claim Check in Valley opens the most things.
Yeah, Claim Check or Magic. It's
Claim
one of
Check
those
or Magic,
two.
yeah. Both of these items unlock a song. Because if you get Magic, you can beat Water, which gets you a song at Temple of Time. And if you get Claim Check, you open River... Human, sorry. Lotus Letter, which gives you Ice Cavern Song.
Even beyond the songs, they both open a decent chunk of items too. Fountain and Ice in one of them,
Ice
Training
has...
Grounds, Fire and Water in the other.
Ice has one more check than in Vanilla. Jabu has actually a lot of checks, even without Boomerang.
Yep. Yes, it's 12. It's 12 items in total. I think 7 of them don't need Boomerang.
1, 2, 3. I think it's 8 of them, not in Boomerang.
8.
The checks that are locked are like Trap, before Boss Lobby, and Balloonade.
Yeah. So they are both very possible.
Yeah.
Both
In
very
my
possible.
yeah, in my previous seed, Jabu had 5 required items. So
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's
yeah,
so,
imagine
so
getting
much of it can be opened so early.
2 bows, both boots, Pharaoh's Wind, and something I forgot. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm assuming 12 MQ
Jabu,
means everything is Master Quest. That is correct. All 12 of our dungeons, main, side dungeon, and Ganon's are all Master Quest.
yeah. Unfortunately, we will not see Castle Master Quest in this seed, considering our hints.
Yeah.
We see the first room, and then it's the tower that is always vanilla.
Yeah. The tower, unfortunately, is not different. They haven't added, 2 extra iron knuckles to the last room.
It almost feels too easy after surviving
Yeah.
Ganon's Castle Master Quest.
When you've got 2 iron knuckles in training grounds, an iron knuckle in fire.
Okay, gold chest as expected,
Yep.
and that's magic. Okay,
And there is
so
magic.
water beatable. One more
Although
song.
I did like what chat was thinking by saying that the bottle and OGC fairy was for unfreezing King's Aura. I did like that. It's not what happened, but it would have been fun.
Why is letter in logic? Do we have the big roll item?
It's letter and logic once we have the item.
Oh
We
yeah,
can now defrost King's Aura.
bottle in OGC. Yeah, but the Ruto's letter is on bingo round.
We still need the thing to give King's Aura.
Yeah.
There's no forging prescriptions in Hyrule. They've got better security than that. And Link's a hero. We wouldn't do something illegal like that.
We don't even know if it's prescription in the seed.
Yeah, it might still be a claim check.
That's still required unfreezing King's Aura in the seed anyway, because of a logic.
Yeah. We have the long shot, and we can now light the torches in training grounds to get into where I'm looking for. Into the blue fire room of training grounds.
Okay, so I think Central Pillar is out of logic with Fire Arrows, but very doable.
It's a trick you can put on. I mean, it would be out of logic even if we did have Dins, because he needs...
oh yeah, also this torches fucking suck. The hitbox of the torches is really not what you think it is.
It's a lot easier if you have Song of Time.
You need to imagine the torches as not angled. They are only angled visually, not with hitbox.
Normally it's not an issue because of the angle you're shooting at, but these torches in particular, if you don't get on the Song of Time block, I mean, as you can see there, you had to aim at the back of the torch as opposed to where the fire actually comes from.
The hitbox is behind the torch, not the torch itself. That's why it sucks.
Yeah. 2 of the torches are easy. The other 2 are the reason that it's not logical to use fire arrows.
And that's true for every single torch in Water Temple Master Quest.
Yeah, but those ones in particular are the bad ones because you're a lot lower down with those torches than, for example, the ones into the first Alphos room. You're shooting at them pretty level. What's Rafa buying? Is Rafa buying a green potion?
That's probably a good idea. Need magic much more. The green
unfortunately
potion, it's on 2 scrubs.
Yeah, unfortunately red and green potion in the 2 scrub rooms, which unfortunately is not anywhere near Water Temple. You can get that outside of Spirit or Forest Temple, though.
Yeah, we don't even have storms to play near the gossip stones. Like if you
Oh.
play storms near a gossip stone, you can full magic instantly.
I don't think I've ever had to use it near a water temple though.
In Master
have
Quest,
had to walk.
You might have
Yeah.
to in Master
I
Quest.
have had to walk to the fairies in walk to the gossip stones in Lake to put a fairy in a bottle because I died 3 times to Central Pillar, but such is life with 4 hearts.
Yeah, I think Rafa wanted the green potion for this. Okay, Rafa seems to know the angle. These two are easy because
Yeah, those are the easy ones.
great. This one suck. Yeah, great.
It's something you need to practice, and I don't
Okay,
think
so this
ksinjah's
is very
been.
you can't beat this dungeon right now logically. There's no like you don't
Why
have
not?
Dins, so there's no spot in logic without Dins.
There are the Stalfos room that can be done with fire arrows. It's only the central pillar that's a trick that needs dins. That's requires dins, and is a trick to get it with fire arrows. And it's because of the
you
angle
need
talking about.
Dins to get the Borsky chest
Yes.
because there are torches behind the grate that you cannot fire arrows, and the freestanding in the crate is locked by
Oh,
getting that chest because there's a switch behind it that opens the way to it. So these two checks
back
are
to our
blocked.
have we seen the Stalfos room, the first Stalfos room?
Yeah, that's the one I was missing.
Yeah. So the boss key can still be here, which is the map chest in vanilla, which in Master Quest, a lot of people talk about Master Quest as, being everything's locked by Song of Time, and that's not true. In Master Quest, everything is locked by
Magic.
Stalfos.
Well, Stalfos is the most true statement.
No, by
Yeah, it's the most true statement. But magic locks so many things.
and you'll note with these torches how much easier it was to actually hit them, and that's just because you're closer to the torches.
You need to get behind this Stalfos. Okay, let's see. Okay, we need Din's Fire for water. All required. So, bit fire now. At least fire has the decency of getting you 2 pots of big magic jars at the entrance of the dungeon. And you're chugging 4 fire arrows at the start. But fire arrows becomes much nicer than Din's Fire.
It was Rafa that went into the training grounds, wasn't it? Just for a little, and got the Guru card. Or was it ksinjah that went there? I know one of them walked in.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
What I know is that you're chugging all your fire arrows right now.
Yeah.
Okay, Rafa did GG.
It's just whichever one went there has now left Furor's Wind in training grounds, and
Which
the
is
other
a very
has
good
not.
idea. Okay, then chess. Oh yeah, we
Chest.
can beat Roja now.
Ooh.
Yeah, with this path magic, you probably want to actually clear fire.
I'd be doing training grounds first, since you've got Bolero, and you've got Furor's Wind in there. Training grounds is a lot more valuable as far as number of checks go than Fire Temple is.
Agree.
So,
Actually, I agree. Yeah. If you go left side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Nine checks are locked by the magic in GTG.
Yeah.
Actually 10 because toilet.
While not all of them are in logic, you can do bomb jumps to get past the summertime block.
Yeah.
So basically, the whole dungeon is accessible. Oh. I think
Yeah,
the
we
key
have.
thing separating them is the thing that I forgot about until right now. Rafa has not done Child Goron City and does not have
Yeah.
the hover boots. It's not going to come into play anytime soon, but that's
Yeah, we
still
only need
that's going to be a
Shadow.
problem.
We only
Ksinjah
need it for
is
Shadow, so that's not too bad so far.
I'm just it is, but once Ksinjah's got Dins, she can go complete the dungeon. And if one of the items that's required is in Shadow, that's that what looks like an insignificant item now might be the thing that pushes her ahead.
I think Rafa should go into GTG and then cross Wasteland for Song of Time.
Yeah,
Like you try to
good
get Song
option.
of Time in in Colossus just in case.
And you've got Ferora's Wind, so crossing the wasteland doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's why you do GTG first. Why is Rafa so? Oh no, that's for you for ruling. Okay, that's good enough.
Throw the Ferora's Wind.
Okay, I was surprised. Like there's literally no reason to go back to Forest. So that's why we are not doing that.
Doing the Rafa did indeed beat Volvagia, has beaten the Fire Temple. It was a nice and quick Fire Temple today. Boss key in the very first check.
Yeah, Rafa is actually 2 dungeons ahead now because Ksinjah has yet to beat King Dodongo.
I would say nominally ahead. Ksinjah is behind in that she needs to walk into Dodongo's cavern, go through the door, and beat King Dodongo, and exactly the same with Fire Temple. You know, it may be a couple of minutes, but compared to what the scoreline normally is when someone's 2 medallions ahead, it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, that's true. And she has the hover boots. Like that, there's only one worry, and that's the chest in Deku.
Yeah. As
But
right
besides
now, the
that,
one chest left, the one item left that's really worrying at the moment. Well, the one item that's really worrying at the moment is Din's. The other one was the boomerang, and it's no longer as worrying.
Yep. That's a good thing to get Boomerang right now. Yeah, as long as you get your trade item, you are able to beat Jabu, which is
Yeah,
really
as
great.
an item, it does nothing for you, but you need it. It's a weight off your mind more than anything.
And it locks Requiem.
That too. But
That's
really, I
actually a
think
decent
Requiem is
chance.
just going to be the go mode.
Yeah. I'm very interested in the Nocturne location at this point.
Considering Dins is required for Water Temple, my assumption is that it's on Prelude.
Honestly, yeah, that's a pretty good assumption. There's also a non-zero chance to have Shadow completely barren. Okay, trade item, please.
Shadow and Spirit Baron would be a interesting seed.
Nice.
And
Gold
again, we
opportunity.
did have all of the items right at the start.
This room is actually so much nicer than the vanilla one.
Ksinjah peeking the ledge there and seeing nothing. There's nothing there in Master Quest.
Yeah. But there's still a right maze.
Yeah, there's only 3 keys in Master Quest Training Grounds, but because the dungeon, the sort of layout of doors and walls in each dungeon is the same, there's just a whole load of unlocked doors.
Was fire hovers locked? I'm pretty sure not, because Volvagia did not have a key, right?
Don't think so.
If it doesn't have a key, it's not hovers locked.
There's what, 5 keys in Fire Temple? Was it 6? 5 small keys.
5 small keys,
You've
one
got
boss key.
1. Yeah, you've got 1 chest at the one door at the top that's key locked. Yeah. If Volvagia isn't a key in Master Quest, it's... Yeah, you're right. Requires a small key to be in Volvagia for the pillar to be unknockdownable. Here we come to Iron Knuckle number 2, which weirdly is easier than the first one. Don't know why they just
he's on the ledge,
another one
so
here.
he cannot hit you as easily.
Didn't quite get the cutscene skip. Not quite fast enough.
It's
That's a
really
nice
hard
rupee
to
hitbox
go-
there.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Nice rupee hitbox there. This rupee is honestly, this rupee is easier to get with the trick than it is to do it as intended, like that. The hitbox for the silver rupees is at the top of the rupee, not in the middle. So we are seeing all of Training Grounds. We're getting the toilet too, which is going to be very hard, a lot harder for Rafa without those hover boots. Need to go quick. There we are. Yeah, a little fine for those torches.
Note that you cannot pick up silver rupees by using a long shot like this, because you are clipping fire by doing this. But he's not doing that, so that's great. That's fine for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's forbidden.
Yeah. Doesn't change the logic, but you still have to go and unlock that pillar.
Yeah.
More silver rupee hitbox fun.
Yeah, they look easy to get, but they are not. Okay.
Not only do you have the hitbox issues, you get to add depth perception to the mix too.
Why are you... Did we get our Iris chest hinted? Because, like, not picking up the speed...
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I think that was the first. I think that was the first sometimes hint we got.
Okay.
Might have been in the. I think it was the Kakariko Grotto actually.
Yeah. Toilet is not Song of Time locked, it's fire locked. It's like the back of GGG that is Song of Time locked.
Yeah.
Okay. Great play.
So
from
where
Rafa.
the wiggly door is in Vanilla Master Quest, that is a Song of Time block now that you need to climb into the gap in the wall. Which is what logic expects, but we have a shield and a bomb bag, so we can just hop our way up there.
Or a big chest and hover boots.
Yeah, because the chest's in the same spot, isn't it? That also works.
Yep. And it's actually a big chest in this seed. All right.
Yeah, there's a couple more big chest, areas in the game where the big chest changes things in Master Quest, and the key one is the island in Forest Temple. If that chest is big, you can reach it with a hook shot rather than needing a long shot.
Yeah, and of course that doesn't affect the logic. Rafa
Nope,
could get
still
arrows here.
expects you to have a long.
Oh, there's no arrows in this.
Fortunately, no
wall.
arrows here. Just magic.
There are arrows in Spirit,
Magic.
I guess. And since Spirit is one of your required dungeons, you still want to do the free checks you have at the start, just to see if you're getting keys.
Yeah. There's 3 checks in the lobby. 1 free, 1 requires bombs and arrows, 1 requires some kind of projectile.
It's actually
All of which we can do.
It's actually bombs and ranged projectile because you can do it as a child with slingshot.
Ah, that's true. It's a gold eye. Slingshot works too. Now, if this turns out to be Song of Storms, then things get interesting.
It's
Oh,
pretty
perfect timing on the
unlikely.
bomb. The tree.
It's pretty unlikely it storms at this point. It storms locks. 5 checks, 6 checks right now.
It's unlikely. The way it works is if storms, then locks dins. To note, the bottom of the well is even more useless than Water Temple in this.
Yeah.
There are 3 checks, and it takes a decent amount of time to do them all.
Yeah. One of them cannot
still
be
a
a
relatively
key. It's by far the longest one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The lens chest takes ages and cannot be a key. And is unspeakable, ever.
At least it's not too bad if you get the key immediately in the lobby. Then you can hit the lens switch first.
Yeah, but somehow it's always 2 keys on that hand.
Normally you don't end up with that. Yeah. Is that Dins on the top?
Oh, that's a piece of heart.
Oh yeah. Rafa doesn't randomize the heart container colors. I got confused there because he's got blue hearts and it was a shiny thing with red in the middle.
Well, it seems it was Tom's. So that's big Monka S. Very yikes.
Yeah. So, at this point, you push
Literally.
the storms check, because that's got to be the thing that opens up the seed. And the only thing I could see that changes things is if this locks Dins, because that opens the rest of Water Temple up, which
This
then
is-
gives you the next song.
This is literally the worst song you could get.
Worst case scenario, the one thing we didn't want to happen.
Yeah. I think you're breaking into Ice Cavern at this point. If you have a bottle. Like you do GMT storms and Kokiri storms, but then you break into Ice Cavern because you need a song that is in ice really badly.
Yeah, you do, but I can see the value in just pushing all the storms checks, because the item that is going to be storms locked is Dins, and you
Yeah.
hard require Dins anyway.
Yeah, but like I said, you are doing DMT storms and Kokiri
You're going to
storms.
do ice at some point anyway.
Yeah, I think you might as well do it now.
Yeah, while you're an adult. The other storms checks are all child.
Double defense is okay. It's like not what we wanted, but it's a freebie at this point.
The other sad thing is that you're... Oh, that is an interesting thought, actually. Ksinjah isn't going to be going into ice.
No, he's just doing Kokiri storms. He can do ice after this.
No, ksinjah isn't going to be going into ice.
Oh no, so,
Doesn't have
oh
a
yeah,
bottle.
ksinjah has no bottle.
The only bottle we've picked up so far was in Outside Gan's Castle Fairy.
But imagine if we get blue fire arrows.
The dream. The dream.
Honestly, ice is not too bad in Master Quest. Like the
Andrew's
first boulder, if you want to dodge the first boulder, you just need to like hug the right wall. For dodging the second boulder, you actually run into it, and if you are fast enough, it despawns just before it touches you. And every
Or you
other
do
boulder is trivial to
Or you
avoid.
do what I do, which is never play one hit KO and just run face first into all the boulders.
Yeah.
The
Now
other
that I know
possibility is you
yeah.
go by Tanjo strats and you just find a bottle and fountain. Always a possibility.
Yeah.
Blue fire arrows in icy waters, anyone?
Would be nice.
Are we in the funniest timeline now? Is this the prescription?
Oh, would be so good. Okay.
Oh. Is
No
not going
way. Okay, I very much disagree with this. If you walk to Domain to do King's Aura, you might
Yeah.
as well do Ice Cavern. I really disagree with this.
Whether it's Nocturne or Song of Time,
Yeah, you want
you're
both.
gonna want that.
Yeah, so in Spirit we have 1, 2, 3,
An entire
4.
chunk of the dungeon hard locked by Song of Time.
Yeah, 4 checks are
Every-
hard locked by Song of Time, and 2 of them are logically locked by Song of Time too.
Yeah.
Depends on the key layout, but like just needing 4. No, actually, it's 5 checks locked by Song of Time because like you have the Paradox chest, the Symphony chest, the chest switch, the Gibdo chest behind Sun, and the Colossus left hand. All of these are required Song of Time.
Yeah. To clarify for the non-master questers, in where the Adel Anubis room is in regular Ocarina of Time, there is a notoriously annoying Song of Time block puzzle that locks your way into the area with Mirror Shield.
Yeah.
That entire chunk hard requires the Song of Time, and almost always has something that you need.
Yeah, because it's not 7 kilocks. It's only 5 kilocks, if I remember correctly.
What color is it on my map? It's orange. Yeah, it's 5 key locked.
Yeah, there's a key lock in the same room
Drawn
and the
out
same
the maps
position,
and I've got
one
color
in the
coded.
yeah, it's 5 kilocks, which means that it's much more likely to have something.
And that's a little bit more bad news for Rafa. Has walked past Goron City there. So has not picked up those hover boots on Darunia.
Yeah. So I think at this point, if Deku chest is not required, Ksinjah might actually pull ahead really hard with a hover boot. Because that's pretty much a last location for Rafa. Hover boots are
The
only
thing is, we're
useful
missing.
for Shadow.
We are missing Prescription, Din's Fire, and the Mirror Shield. Din's Fire's gonna show up soon because it locks everything else we've got left in the seed. But the Mirror Shield and the Prescription, particularly the Mirror Shield,
you could have
they
you could have a very easy prescription right now that locks Din's Fire in Jabu. So it's one of those.
had to.
It's definitely one of these 2 items soon. Okay, Rafa
Rafa is
came
going
back.
in.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a bit worried when he
So
walked past it the first time.
okay, so Rafa stays ahead then. Okay, so
I don't
what do we
think I
have left
remember
at the point?
ksinjah.
I'm
I don't think I
very
remember ksinjah
afraid.
actually getting the. I don't think I remember
Um,
ksinjah actually getting the Goron pot. I saw her fail the trick a couple of times with the bomb chew. I don't know if she actually succeeded at it.
I think Rafa is super close to be out of checks. Like, what do we have left right now? I can
Bottom of the
only
well.
yeah. We have bottom of the well, frogs one, take tight grotto, bomb
This
to
check
bowling,
here on
bomb to
ksinjah's
bowling,
side.
and the entire fire temple. That's about everything. You cannot do anything else right now.
Yeah. And it was not the larva room.
If you're already child, you might as well clear bottom of the well at this point. Like you're clenching your teeth and you go inside that garbage dungeon. But yeah,
Ksinjah might climb higher in Fire Temple now.
you
It's an option there
definitely
for
go
her.
into fire. If you
And
if you go back adult, you go into fire.
yeah. Well, I think ksinjah's going to be going in. Oh, is ksinjah already done fire? I completely missed her doing Volvagia.
Yeah, there was no reason to skip it. At least Ksinjah will finally get back the medallions she needed to do. You can open this chest without pulling the grave. Like stand above the grave and spam A and it will just open.
Yeah, a number of things in Master Quest were designed without chess size matches contents in mind. They really should have seen this coming, that we'd do this to their game.
Even the small chest you can open.
Actually, I've found it easier to open the small chests than I have the big chests. The other fun one are the chests hidden in crates in the Fire Temple that I keep accidentally opening while trying to roll into them.
Mm,
Still do have skulls.
yeah, we didn't do any skull checks so far. Okay.
Rafa's gonna be at awkward. Rafa's gonna be at 19 after this, I think.
18. It's 14 with first
Yeah, but
level.
the what? Yeah, there's one in the graveyard though.
That's actually 20 because
As we did pick.
you get bugs right here.
That's true. He's got the bottle, and he's used the blue fire up. Forgot that he'd used the blue fire. So that's a possibility. And as we said, Rafa's running low on
20
checks.
20 was hinted. Wow.
I missed that one. But what wasn't hinted was 10.
Oh,
And it's not.
not scold. Also Dampe.
Yeah, Dampy digging.
If Dampe has Jin's fire.
Is this going to be the seed? Is this going to be the seed? The first time I have ever seen a Master Quest seed require the well.
I have seen one. It was last location for both runners. Because everybody hates MQL.
There's just no reason to do the well, ever.
Well, there's one when it's hinted way with hero. That's basically the only reason you're going in there.
Yeah.
You'll do frogs one before going into
When's that happening though? You're the word I'm looking
Yeah.
for? Your dungeon way, the hero is normally eaten up by Jabu anyway.
Rafa will do it with flame storage. That's very slow.
Yeah. Especially when you've got fire arrows. Feels bad to root this in as a child. But then, you're here for the well. Don't have Nocturne.
Ksinjah is running out of checks really fast, so the Forest Temple play makes more sense now. But you're going to be locked by Song of Time.
Yeah, we know it's not the right location, but
I'm actually surprised nobody's going into fire. That's like for Rafa it makes sense. He wanted to do tile cleanup, and he actually got hover boots from Ground City, so it made more sense.
I mean, it's correct. It's correct to go do fire.
Yeah,
I don't
think
want.
fire is way more loaded in Master Quest. In density.
No, no. It's got one more item than vanilla.
Oh, it's
Regular.
only one?
Yeah, regular fire temple has 7.
Yeah, but
no, regular fire has 6. Master Quest fire has 7.
Yeah, but you don't. There are the density is better because you don't have to climb as high.
Yeah, and you don't need to care about the scarecrow area. You might need to climb to the top anyway, but you don't have to do as much sideways. You don't need to do Pierre. The boulder maze has a load of items.
Hammer. You don't need to do the Megaton Hammer location. That's just for a skull.
So the Pierre area is for a skull. The Megaton
Also.
Hammer chest is still a chest.
Oh yeah, it doesn't Megaton Hammer chest, but it does a skull after that.
Yeah, you don't need to go down the staircase, but then you didn't need to go down the staircase in
that's fair.
regular Fire Temple either. And chat, you'll never guess what's in the staircase room in Master Quest Fire.
Yeah,
That's
actual
right.
challenge.
2 Stalfos.
And does chat know
Here's the thing.
Does chat know what is in the chest at the top of fire?
No, it's not Stalfos.
What? My soul of Stalfos is not there.
I think Rafa's looking for a treasure chest game. At least before he goes adult again.
This is the... Yeah. I think Rafa is very unhappy about this lens.
Did Rafa not get that hint? Oh.
No, he didn't.
I know I saw it on ksinjah's side.
If you have hovers, you just get the balcony chest and you just hovers to this island. It's actually incredibly easy.
Includes hover boots to get that.
Chat, you are spoiled today. You get to see Master Quest Bottom of the Well. If you wanted to know what Bottom of the Well looks like when you remove all of the illusions, you just need to play Master Quest.
You remove all the illusions and remove all of the checks.
Yeah. It's one or the other. you can only have one nice thing.
Epona.
Yeah. You can only have one nice thing. Well, the first checks of Bottom of the Well are actually super fast. Like, just play ZL here and shoot this stupid crystal. The crystal locks the 2 checks in dead hand, and the ZL locks the center room, which is 2 checks.
Chat, you were paying attention more than me.
The lens chest.
Chat, you were paying attention more than me. Do I remember seeing a dead hand in the well hint?
I think we didn't. But we don't really care anyway. because we know what dead hand has. Okay, there's no key, right? So dead hand is 2 keys. It's guaranteed.
Small keys, okay.
Okay, it was hinted, but it was guaranteed to be 2 small keys. Now that we
As
have
soon as
seen
that
it.
one wasn't one.
Yep.
But it doesn't look like Rafa knows that information. Even if it's
No,
even if you can work it, even if you can work it out,
you need
the chance of knowing bottom of the well key logic from the number of times you actually have to do it.
You don't care.
I'm not surprised.
So you have to go to this room. You get this key and then you reset instantly.
Mm.
It's actually incredibly likely to have dead hand having a key for some reason. Like it for me, it always has a key, so I'm just never killing this dead hand ever. Besides in random settings league, when Master Quest was enabled, which is not the case anymore.
Cowards.
I'm so sad. give me a LRSL heavy setting that both my opponent and me can agree on.
It's really awkward because when the dungeons had Master Quest on, it was the only way that had a niche in commentary.
Yeah. But yeah, we still have a Master Quest tournament, so I'm happy about this. Alright, so we need to hit the eye here to open the door, then walk across the Floor Master, then blow up the ground to reveal a switch that you step on, which opens a grate in the center room, that you fall through to press another switch, that spawns a chest in the middle of an army of Redeads, which is the lens chest.
At least we have Sunsong, though, as opposed to going through the Council of Redead without it.
Yeah. CSMC is doing some good work in this dungeon.
Yeah, at least the cutscene shows you whether it's big or not.
Yeah, the army of Redead is actually really painful. Just use Sunsong if you don't want to live in pain.
It's the only one of the 3 Redead armies in the game that you actually need to deal with.
Yeah. And see you, but as well right there. You're going
to the storage area.
There's no checks here, ksinjah. There's only crates for the blue switch.
The RSL room, this one.
Well, crates. I haven't enabled that much, unfortunately.
Yeah, and when they are, you want to go into Central Pillar anyway. To note, let me bring up the stats again. Water Temple has 7 checks and 2 small keys, 1 boss key. But it also has 5 Skulltulas, 26 pots, 22 wonder items, and 85 crates.
85 crates.
85 crates.
Also, it's very easy to actually accidentally clip this crate, which gets you the item behind, and that's banned.
Ksinjah might be running dry ideas.
Yeah, I think ksinjah doesn't know that the Inspire is unrequired at this point. I think she realized now.
Doesn't know where the chests are in this dungeon. If you haven't played a huge amount of Master Quest, oftentimes deeper water isn't somewhere you practice. Because, let's be honest, most of the time, thankfully, the boss key is in the front of water.
Oh my goodness, this is so bad.
Well, we've got an item we need. It doesn't open anything for us now, but we've got it.
No, that's not true. You can beat Spirit and you have access to Ganon's castle. Yeah, Ganon's castle is dead, but that gets you lax. I do think
Oh.
it's still locked by I do think it's still locked by
Yeah.
Requiem, which means that Lax should be dead. But you can beat
I mean, it
Spirit.
has to be. It has to be.
I
If
think it has
Din's
to be
is
dead.
over
But
there.
like, if you are running out of things to think about, you can do Spirit to reset your brain. And
Yeah,
also,
you know you need to.
I think it's a good idea to try to confirm your boss key location at this point. Especially as to spawn the Paradox chest, you have to go into Spirit as an adult before going to Spirit as a child.
Yeah. The amount of time you spend in adult spirit isn't wasted. Because you need to be
I
adult
think
to pick up Requiem.
we didn't get a hint from Talunia, otherwise Rafa would have rushed it.
Yeah, we do not have Darunia hinted, and we don't have a treasure chest game hinted either.
I'm shocked Rafa is going back to Forest.
Yeah. I guess we weren't key locked. Just decided to leave after the courtyard, which is probably what I would have done.
But why go into Forest, which is
Now
very empty
Yeah.
and most likely Song of Time locks, when you can go into Fire and full clear the dungeon logically? That's very strange.
Which is what Ksinjah's doing right now. We're seeing a
Yeah.
forest dip versus a fire dip.
I think I like this play much better.
I'm someone who goes by raw density numbers normally when I'm not going by vibes. So Fire Temple is the better option numbers wise.
Yeah.
Because we've seen items in Forest. So
It's-
there's fewer than 6 items in here.
And it's not that slow. It's just that room is stupid. Like,
Which room, sorry?
this room of Fire is stupid. Like, this gauntlet. Like, you have to do a triple bad room. Like, you need to be 2 Stalfos into an Iron Knuckle into a Flare Dancer. That's extremely bad.
Extremely slow. Especially when you can peek one of the 2 chests.
Yep. Also,
Which means
like,
you still need to do it for the one.
okay, Rafa has Farmer's Wind, so this is not that bad.
Yeah.
At
I
least.
think that's why he didn't push forward in Forest at all.
Ooh, that's very important to see. Forest is Song of Time locked.
Completion of Forest is.
Yes, you cannot beat. Yeah, you cannot beat Phantom Ganon. So you.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't say anything about the rest of Forest Temple. But
So yeah, because you can beat Volfos, not open the chest, and continue into Forest until the boss door. And then you are locked out of a chest because you don't have Song of Time.
yeah, it's something you've just got to accept. And here is a big in Forest Temple.
There's no way.
Is this the answer?
Yeah, there's no way. I'm
There's a
much
big
more
test
believing
in
of this
Fire
one.
Temple.
This
Is this
one.
the
This
answer?
one. It's the other side. Yeah, that was
There we go.
much more likely. You're going to the wrong direction. But yeah, now it's time to beat water. Get your song from there.
Get your song, which is probably Nocturne. And then go beat Shadow. And chances are, in one of the 2 spots, you're going to be finding your prescription item.
Yeah,
Because
ksinjah.
we've cleared so much of the game that it's incredibly likely that the prescription is on the way rather than deeper in Forest or deeper in Fire.
Yeah.
And you have Minuet, you have Bolero. There's no point staying in these what are now side dungeons.
So, as long as prescription isn't in DQ Master Quest, I think ksinjah is very ahead now. The only thing Ksinjah doesn't have is the mirror shield on treasure chest game, which actually kinda sucks.
Yeah,
now.
I don't think she's very ahead because of that mirror shield. I think treasure chest game may be a last location, and there's big chest on Blue Po. Blue Po always has the goods.
No.
Oh, it's just the other slingshot.
use a bow for this. This crystal switch is actually way farther than you think.
Yeah.
Not too sure about keeping the rationing. Okay, so Ksinjah needs to do this room, which is longshot locked, into beating 3 Stalfos, into beating Darklink, into Dual River, into use Din's Fire in the Dragon's chest mini room, into use Din's Fire in the following room. All of that for 1 check. And then press the switch to
Don't
open
worry,
the
there's
door.
another one.
Yeah. And then press the switch to the that will lead to the north basement of Water Temple. That you like use hovers to get to the left side and get the freestanding in the crate in the water bosky room that is in the vanilla dungeon.
Okay, so
Yep.
we have a
And,
long shot locked forest.
Yep. And Ksinjah
Not that-
forgot to kill the Stalfos before, so he had to drop down.
Bins was in the hammer chest, the Master Quest hammer chest.
Yeah, which
So
is the
in
bottom basement loop.
after the second, well, after the lower flare dancer.
Yeah.
Is that one of the bomb chew chests in vanilla? Forget what the
I don't
flare
remember.
dancer locks.
Okay, so this is the moment we make a bet. Which song is in Temple of Time?
It's gotta be Nocturne at this point.
I mean, I think it's as likely to be Song of Time, because Song of Time locks the big chest in the Master Quest,
That's true.
which could be prescription to unlock Ice Cavern to get your Nocturne, and then finish the seed. So I really think it's not that guaranteed to be Nocturne.
Oh, I'm not saying there's no chance it's Song of Time.
Prelude
We've all
is in
weirder
London, right?
things.
Because London Ranch is foolish, so Prelude has to be there.
Yeah.
Can hover still matter for Fire Key logic? Not without a small key on Volpager.
I already know that Ksinjah is flipping through her physical notebook. That's what the pause was there. All her Master Quest knowledge is contained in a physical notebook.
I think Ksinjah will shoot this with a hookshot and then get... Oh no, okay. She knows. That's great. I just used Din's Fire for this. I don't even care.
Yeah, you already need to have Din's Fire equipped, so...
You need to have Din's Fire for the next room.
I guess you're saving 2 points of magic.
Yeah, but you're doing an additional menu.
Extra menu. Oh, I mean, when you've got a full magic meter, there's no reason to. So here we have the first of the 2 awkward checks, and it is a vanilla boss key in Master Quest Water.
Woohoo!
That's the fun thing. The awful check that we talked about before, that is entirely for 1 Gold Skull Tula.
Where is Din's Fire? Look at Rafa's stream. You'll probably see it soon.
Rafa is about to pick up Dins in, let's
The complex.
say, 90 minutes, 90 seconds.
Less. Actually, no, Flare Dancer is slow. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Flare
right.
Dancers are slow.
Just 1 minute, probably.
Yeah, I was going to say 45 seconds, then I remembered how many times Flare Dancer has to get up and spin around.
Did Ksinjah step up on the switch to open the north basement?
I don't think so.
Actually, that's not needed. She has only one key, so that
There's only one key, so it's a vanilla second key.
probably, yeah.
Funnily enough, Master Quest Water is the only dungeon that uses
Oh.
more keys in random than it does in the regular playthrough.
She used the key, actually.
Oh yeah, I used one.
Yeah,
No,
because
due to flag shenanigans in the regular playthrough of Master Quest, one of the doors unlocks itself, so you end up with you always end up with one key left and nowhere to use it.
yeah, I think the freestanding that is left is a small key in vanilla, so it can actually be a small key.
It is.
But you have to at
Yeah,
least
the small
open it.
the item in the crate is a small key in the regular playthrough. It's just that you can never use it because the game accidentally unlocks the door for you.
Well
That
coded
has been
game.
fixed in Rand. So the door stays closed. It's not the only flag shenanigans that go on in Master Quest. I think it was pushed out the door quite quickly.
Okay, so let's see who wins. I think it could be Song of Time. You think it's Nocturne? It's probably more likely to be Nocturne, but I believe in the Song of Time. I still want it to be Nocturne for Ksinjah to be in the race. But because if it's Song of Time, I think that's a death sentence.
Yeah, I
Nice
already
jump.
exhausted my supply of fun song locations by suggesting storms at Colossus. So
Okay, that's
yeah,
a good
Nocturne.
thing for Ksinjah right now. It's full clear shadow time.
It's full clear shadow time. Really though, this is still only a chance for Ksinjah. Not having that mirror shield is really stinging at the moment.
Yeah.
And Bomb Tree Bowling is dead.
Yeah, I
We
think
already saw that.
the mirror shield is
slide.
actually. Yeah, logically we cannot do the basement of Shadow, because like the post boat Shadow is locked by Song of Time, because you need to
Yeah.
hit an ice switch to spawn the long shot target to open the 4 checks that are there.
We don't have lens, so we can't do the invisible scythe room either.
No, we don't care. Lens tricks are on in everywhere besides MQ Shadow Trial.
Yeah, but Ksinjah doesn't have the lens to see it. You need Song of Time to collect the last room.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
At least Rafa will be able to peek. At least Rafa will be able to peek what it is.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so with bow
And don't worry,
extension, you
Ksinjah,
can with bow extension you can bypass Song of Time in you can bypass Song of Time in the basement of Shadow post boat. Yeah, it's just a kind of tricky one because if you position badly, you actually climb the block, which is really stupid.
It's like trying to do the C up extension for the chest in basement of Deku. Trying to actually get the C up peak on it without climbing the block.
No. Remember to kill all Sculptulas in this room.
or leave Thor's Wind.
And that's fair, actually. You still need to get all silver rupees if the chest is a key.
Yeah.
Okay, Rafa is pushing the switch.
But will Rafa do it? Probably not. Push the switch. Leave the dungeon.
It's actually just an
That is
equip
true, we
icon
still
boost.
haven't seen another bottle.
Okay, Rafa is going for the check.
It isn't that much longer now that you've done all the awkward stuff. You've got hovers, so it's incredible.
I would skip it because you get the song. If it's Song of Time, you go back into water. You didn't lose much time. If it's Nocturne, you have a full shadow that is valid for your last item on God mode. I'm choosing to bet my life on Nocturne. Is it Temple of Time?
Yeah. I mean, it's an extra 60 seconds here. It's not awful, but
Also,
60 seconds
if
you
you
probably
need
don't
Song
wanna
of Time to do Shadow,
I have
that means that
no
the
idea.
prescription is like the prescription is not behind Song of Time because it locks Song of Time.
I also have no idea what was in that crate, but Rafa did not pick it up. I'm amazed he managed to see it in the first place.
Also, what is a wallet?
Well, let's hope for the 1%.
Ooh, I don't really like doing this now. In Shadow. I usually keep this for
Yeah,
last.
I'd rather push for Bongo. Also, you can't get both chests. You need the Song of Time to do the Hover Boots chest.
So the idea here is you go until you reach like the room before Bongo. You put your Pharaoh's Wind, you reset, you do this check if you need to, and then you follow Pharaoh's Wind back to Bongo. That's
sense.
why Pharaoh's Wind is that good in this dungeon.
To be honest, I prefer to do it slower and simpler and just complete the dungeon and walk back in, but I know that's slower. Tend to use... Yeah, it makes sense. It's less walking. Probably saves just as much time as it does leaving the Roar's Wind outside of the Skulltula room.
Yeah, the reason I really don't like that location in Shadow is because it's 6 key locked.
Yeah, that is logically all key locked.
There's a huge chance it's Song of Time locked right now.
Yep.
Like you
But
you have 3 checks that are Song of Time locked that can have a key.
Yeah. But then Ksinjah is still looking for that Mirror Shield. Has one item that basically can be anywhere.
Yeah. Surely you're still looking for prescription at this point.
Yeah. Rafa's in a much better position when it comes to hunting for items, as he has Boomerang and Mirror Shield, which are the two awkward ones that could be anywhere.
Yeah, I was about to say ksinjah. Don't want to do this.
As long as you don't panic, you're fine.
Okay. ksinjah not picking the invisible sites, which is probably a good idea.
Yeah. You can see one of them. There's no point going if you can't see both, really.
This chest, like these 2 chests, don't exist until you have prescription. And also, it's 4 chests.
Yeah, the 2 in the scythe room, yeah.
There are 4 chests that are locked by Song of Time that can have a small key. These 2 silver rupees suck. Hard required long shot. Okay, that's probably prescription now.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhere in here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we are. Claim check.
Okay.
This is
Going
looking that
to the
good.
next going to the next room and leave immediately to get to Otto's letter. Actually, no. You can check if you need Song of Time to finish this dungeon, but if you need Song of Time, you really want to leave. I think you really need Song of Time to beat the Seed, but the small chance that you don't is
You probably
really
do. There,
scary.
Bongo isn't all key locked,
Yeah.
but that still means that if 2 keys or 1 key and the boss key are out of the way, Song of Time is in Ice Cavern,
Yeah,
and
and
we
Ruto's
know that
letter is on
Ruto's
Big One.
letter, Ruto's
Yeah.
letter is on Big Oron, and we just found the claim check here in Shadow.
Yeah, Bongo is 5 key locked out of 6 keys in Shadow, but the problem is not the Bongo keys. The problem is the small keys. It's the boss key. There are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 checks locked by Song of Time in Shadow, which is a pretty big number. I'm not banking on the boss key being available, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Another
Ksinjah is
big.
looking for Mirror Shield, so.
Yes, that invisible platform is closer to you than it is in Master Quest, just to really make sure that you can't get there without hover boots.
Yeah.
So the fun thing about Master Quest Shadow is that, more like the other dungeons in vanilla, the hover boots are gained halfway through the dungeon.
Yep.
You
What
are
you need
able
to
to
do
go
in vanilla, you need to get a small key in the crusher room, and then go back to the start of a dungeon to do the dead hands to get your hovers. I think that's what you need to do. And you only
You've got a
need
choice of 2 keys. Yeah, you've got a
Yeah.
choice of 2 keys you can use for getting into the hover boots room, but either way, you need to go past the gap at the truth spinner and go into the main body of the dungeon. Do Jabu then ice? No, you do ice first if you're Song of Time locked.
100% do ice first if you need Song of Time. The problem is
Saves you doing an age change.
the problem right now is that you absolutely do not know if you need Song of Time. So, unless Shadow is guaranteed Song of Time locked, you're actually probably doing Jabu first.
Yeah. Also, chat, you'll never guess what's in the Shadow pot room.
To Stalfos.
Stalfos.
Oh, that's Bosky. Okay.
Yeah, there's the boss key.
We can still have 2 small keys locked by actually, if it's only 2 small keys we don't care, because like Bongo is 5 key locked logically, but you can go
There's
there
only
with
6
4.
keys in Shadow, is there? So we can have 2. We can still be small key locked here. It's just unlikely.
You need hovers to do this room. You cannot jump.
Yeah, Link isn't quite dexterous enough.
He cannot grab this stupid platform for some reason. Like the texture and the hitbox really don't match.
I didn't see what was on the right side.
Yeah, same.
He didn't seem too perturbed by it, though.
Rafa will go mode Jabu for sure.
Yeah,
I thought the
you
Beam was
gotta...
gonna kill him, but that's fine.
Yeah, honestly, quite lucky that he didn't.
Yeah. Bridge and boss key condition is the same as Season 8. It's Vanilla Bridge, which is Spirit, Shadow, and Light Arrows needed. Spirit Medallion, Shadow Medallion, and Light Arrows. Boss key is all meds.
In fact, the entire settings list is the same as Season 8, just with Master Quest on.
That's go mode for Rafa.
Yep.
Like he might need Song of Time, but he knows what
I
we
say
can
it's not
guaranteed
technically
go
go mode for Rafa until
I mean, Rafa is keeping every check right now. It's just that's what I call for mode.
I don't think I'd be skipping every check.
Now
Don't have a boss key yet.
you don't. No, you skip like you get your keys because like when you're in Gomo, you're still getting your keys anyway. He's skipping everything that is not a key. It's really Go mode.
Honestly, picking up Din's first has hurt Ksinjah more than helped.
Because of a mirror
Rafa
shield.
running dry on checks pushed him to awful
do a garbage
locations,
one,
and he just happened to stumble into the mirror shield on one of those awful checks.
Yeah. It's the mirror shield is in a really bad location in this one.
Not only is it in an awkward location, it's behind two awkward locations.
Yeah. Let's even open this.
The mirror shield was on treasure chest game with the lens of truth hinted on chickens.
Yeah. If you're a chicken hater, you lose this seed.
And Rafa didn't have the hint for lens either.
Which is actually a good thing for him. I don't think he would have gone for lens.
I think he might have. He was in the. He was going into well. He was in the dregs of child cleanup.
Yeah, but if you have a hint that it's lens, do you do chickens for it? Well, if you're dry on checks, you do it. But
Let's say I do it after the well, yeah.
But not before. Well, the well was dry, so you would have done it.
Yeah, once you go in the well and you don't find it, you go out, you pick up chickens, and then you go to treasure chest game because it's the last thing you have before having to go adult.
Yeah. Okay. You see this Borsky chest and you are like, phew, I don't need Song of Time for Shadow, which is a good thing. I think okay, what are you doing at this point? Like you are Rafa right now. You beat Shadow because I assume you can beat Shadow. What are you doing right now? There are 4 plays. 3 plays actually. That's only 3.
So what do? I beat Shadow. I Bolero. Pick up Ruto's letter. What else do I need to do?
That's the guaranteed thing. That's the thing every play does right now, getting Ruto's letter. But
yeah.
what is the next play?
I forget where his Furor's Wind is.
It's in Spirit.
It is in Spirit. Then I go into Spirit and see what I can do.
Okay, I would go Child, beat Jabu, then get back Adult, and get Requiem. Just in case I need it for Child anyway. Like you're gonna need to do Jabu, get back Adult to get Requiem if you need to get back Child anyway. So
yeah, the thing is, I might end up stumbling into the boss key because the boss isn't 7 key locked, and even the 7 key locked checks.
We know we logically need Requiem, so I don't think going into Spirit Adult and doing a shit ton of checks is gonna help you a lot. Unless it's Paradox Chest. So maybe you go to Paradox Chest, you spawn it, and then you leave. That's actually probably a fine play. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way first, so maybe that's actually the best thing.
Yeah, because out of the 7 key locked checks,
yeah, but one of them is Symphony Room, which is a problem, and you still don't have some.
Out of the 4 7 key lock checks, then. Yeah. And if it is Symphony, then Ripple Dip Forest.
If you have like 3 keys locked by Requiem, it's very unlikely, but it's still possible. Actually, no, it's not possible.
You can't have 3 keys locked by Requiem. It's only
it's not possible because you can get the fire keys and the map chest both smokies, but the other chests that are child locked are actually very far in logic. The chest in the silver block room shortcut is actually 7 key locked.
The chest on the ledge in Child Climb is 7 key locked. Paradox is 7 key locked, and the Symphony is 7 key locked.
The ledge on Child Climb is not 7 key locked, I think. You can reach it in adult without opening the child's door.
Which one is that? I've got it marked as 7, and there was a reason I marked it as 7 that was in the logic, and I can't remember what it is.
I thought this one.
Oh yes, because there's a lock on the child door, and there's a lock on the other door to that room, right?
Yeah, but you only need to open. Oh, yeah, of course.
You
only
need to
adult.
go in there as an adult.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So
You need to be an adult. Yeah. Okay. That check is also 7 key locked.
One on the floor
anyway,
is 6 key locked.
The point is that child cannot open it anyway, which is the important part.
So it's never going to be a small key one way or another.
But yeah, I think at this point, if you need Song of Time, it's guaranteed for Symphony Room.
No, you can still have the boss key in the mirror area. The mirror hand area. And at that point, you just leave Furor's Wind again and then go to Ice.
Mirror hand area. Symphony is 7 key. If Symphony is actually locked by that, which is
here for a long time.
The lever room is 6 key locked. The lobby bottom right is 6 key locked.
The lever room is 0 key locked. There's very little 6 key locked in the dungeon.
Wait. Oh yeah, that's true. We don't need a key to reach that region. It's actually very stupid.
The 6 key areas are the top area, the child climb room, and Twin Robot itself. I've got it marked as cream on my map.
Okay. Okay, so I think Boski is in the 7 kilos room then. Or in just child region. So at this point, the best play is probably what I said. Go spawn Paradox Chest as an adult, then immediately go child and do child spirit.
Yeah, because when you go in, you check the 7 key lock chest in the silver block room, then you can check the 7 key lock chest in child climb, and then spawn the paradox chest.
Yeah, you do this, and if you still don't have a boss key but you got a small key, prepare to do all dungeons and Song of Time for Symphony.
Yeah, sigh loudly.
It's probably that, yeah. It's really hard to see this. I wouldn't see this play in the race. I'm learning.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'd have been going into Spirit Temple and doing everything I can in it and hoping the boss key shows up. I wouldn't be thinking about paths at this point. 2.5 hours in.
It's because we know Requiem is needed logically. That's what tells us so many things right now.
And I mean, as a runner, we would know that, but 2.5 hours in, you hit go mode, the brain shuts off. You have all the items you need. You don't need to get any more items.
Yeah.
Click button, go fast. And we are in the Cow Temple, everyone. Everyone's favorite Master Quest dungeon.
Honestly, I really hope one of the runners at least uses the info of Requiem. Like, I wouldn't have thought about it during the race, but I don't think it's out of reach.
It would be impressive.
For runners of
it would be
this
impressive
level.
to do so.
Yeah. Like, I would be impressed, but not terribly surprised if Rafa actually thinks about this, for example. And I also think ksinjah can do this.
The thing is, it doesn't just require the ability to know that it's Requiem locked. It also requires knowing which keys are 7-key locked.
Yeah.
Which chests are 7-key locked,
Yeah.
which ones are 6-key locked.
I do think that ksinjah might not know about this, but I think Rafa knows his Master Quest enough for this. He has played random settings for a long time, so he's kind of used to Master Quest.
You either learn from doing races yourself, or sitting and making maps or notes, which is the way I did it. MS Paint maps.
Yeah, Rafa also decently practiced for this tournament. So.
Oh, I mean, I practiced for this tournament. Doesn't mean I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Also, the funny thing in this room, in this dungeon, is that if a bottom cow chest is a big chest, you don't need to press this yellow switch. You just throw Ruto on the switch, backflip into the chest, and jump. I did that in my race because it was a big chest. It opens so many things.
Doesn't save a huge amount of time, but it's fun to do.
I mean, I jump on the chest with Ruto and flew Ruto from the top of the chest on the blue switch.
And Master Quest Jabu, this is the boomerang chest in the vanilla playthrough. Honestly, out of the Master Quest dungeons, I think Master Quest Jabu is better designed than the original.
I still wish that Master Quest Jabu replaced the vanilla Jabu from the standard settings forever. It's so much nicer to play. I like it so much.
It's smoother to play. It works well in rando because you have the choice. Do you go in without a boomerang? The answer is yes. And then when do you go in without boomerang?
It makes slingshot useful. It makes bomb shoes more useful. It removes the damn cutscenes of the tentacles that everybody hates. You don't need to
actually put.
Yeah. You don't need to
actually put this area of the game into use.
You don't need to bring Ruto above the basement. She can stay below.
It removes Jabu as being the easy last location.
Yeah, and it has meme value with cows.
It does have a lot of cows.
You're also rewarded for getting a fire source before going inside because you can skip the light clock.
Can you explain all the cows and the fish the same way it ate you? It eats cows.
Jabu was very hungry.
Remember the cutscene of it inhaling everything in the fountain? Aranade is hungry.
And look at the size of the fish. Like, you need at least 10 cows to be to one dinner.
I mean, the big question is why aren't all the cows in his stomach? Why is, one stuck in his gallbladder? Actually, I have mocked Master Quest today for the number of Stalfos in it. There's a lot of likes in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many more likes. Especially as most of them are traps.
Yeah.
Like the Fire Temple one is the one that will screw over most players. I don't think any player never got screwed by like when they played Master Quest. And there's no way. You always take that like to the face the first time. And the second time. And the third time. And after that you learn.
It's like what they intended the like in Adult Spirit Temple to be. after the boulder room, except it actually does catch you.
Yes.
Although in Adult Spirit Temple now they've got the boss key room where they just put a Gibto directly in front of the door, staring at you as you open it.
Yeah. Did you know that?
The
Did you know that because of Boulder Shuffle, they had to change the logic of Master Quest Spirit because of this like
Which like sorry?
the roguelike of Master Quest Spirit. Because Boulder Shuffle was added, the logic of Master Quest Spirit had to be revised. Because before you needed a bomb shoe to blow up this rock.
Oh yeah.
As a child, which meant that you had you were guaranteed to have a way to hit the crystal switch. But now you can go inside as an adult, destroy the rock with hammer, if it's a hammer rock. Like it's literally the same trick as jump slashing with hammer on Song of Ten Blocks. So that's logical. And then you go back as child. You still don't have your sticks, because that otherwise you could have an easy way to do that. And you will reach the crystal switch, and you have no way to hit the crystal switch because the pot cannot hit. It's really stupid.
The things
yeah.
we do for Rando.
Yeah. Also, Boulder Shuffle is in Random Settings League Season 7. So when the tournament will exit the qualification season,
Phase, yeah.
you will see you might see some Boulder Shuffle on races.
They added Boulder Shuffle but removed Master Quest.
They added
With
Boulder
one hand
Shuffle.
they give, the other hand they take away.
Well, they also added Soul Shuffle. So
here's another interesting trick. Normally you're supposed to hit the cow, and the cow rises on the wall, and then rises on the wall again to the place you're supposed to shoot. However, the trigger is always there in the wall, so you can just shoot it straight away.
Yeah, it's something to know about. If you hit the second position, you get a fairy, which can be nice in some situations. When is RSL starting? Not soon at all, because the preseason just started. We are starting the third week of preseason, so at least 2 months, and I expect 3 minimum before we get the season started.
Someone saying one would hope ksinjah is going to do cuckoos for that lens after Jabu.
That's not completely unlikely, to be honest. But
it's not unlikely, because you might. While it's not the most time efficient and density would be to go back to forest, but you want to clear out child before you leave.
Forest is worse density than this, actually, for some reason, because you got
what else is there?
You got actually a decent amount of items in the start of Forest compared to usual.
Oh yeah, there's ice now as well. Yeah.
Yeah, ice is a play. Spirit is foolish, so don't care about this.
I mean, there's ice and nothing else at this point. So you either rush to ice now and leave treasure chest game for dead, or you clear up your one remaining child check and then go ice. And honestly, I can see arguments for both once you're at 242.
Yeah, considering the amount of times we went child and back to adult, I think the prelude in London Run should have been worth at this point.
Oh yeah, well, it doesn't matter what song's on it. Foolish Lon Ranch, I'm going into.
Yeah.
Child 1, I'm going in and I'm picking it up. At the very least, it's going to make getting out of Child 1 easy.
Yeah, and if it's Serenade and you get Prelude elsewhere, you still have Serenade to do Water Temple.
You still have Serenade, gets you access to the valley, gets you access to water. lake checks.
Especially in
hints,
a water
Scarecrow.
required seed.
Yeah.
We're finally looking at the end somehow. So get your Requiem instantly, and then if Rafa goes to Paradox Chest instantly, and then immediately leaves for Child, honestly, huge respect, because it's probably the best.
Funny thing is, if you go into once you've got Requiem, it's faster to play Minuet.
Okay, so going into Spirits. Also, if Paradox Chest is the boss key, he will know instantly that he goes Child, so that will be a no-brain needed moment. It's okay, my boss key is there, GG.
I mean, at this point, you know you're in go mode. You just have to cross your fingers really hard and hope that it's not.
Yeah.
That Requiem isn't required for
I honestly
Paradox
wouldn't
Chest,
even
for Symphony.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you need
One
small
key.
keys anyway. Okay, that's only one.
How
I
many
love
is it
this
you need
movie
again?
actually.
Is it 3 or 4 you need?
One Bonchu.
No.
Save.
Is it 3 or 4 keys you need to get to Twin Rova?
Not that many. The problem here will be the boss key, not the small keys.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to remember how many you actually
No, that's a
need.
7 kilops check. You absolutely need to do this. Oh, he's doing it like this.
I've never seen this setup.
Yeah, same. Wow. Okay, that
Seems to
works.
work though.
Okay, okay. I might train this one. It actually looks kinda easy.
I don't think it looks any
You're doing
harder
this
than
for
the.
Smokey. This is most likely a Smokey. Okay, that's actually not a Smokey. Surprising.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
we don't
Rush.
know how many are in.
Rush Paradox. Huh. Okay.
He's in the same. He's in the same mood I would be. Do what I can.
I mean, he still needs small keys anyway, so it's not that bad. This chest is very easy to forget. And then you jump on the hand and you do the ZL chest. Wow, the small keys are pretty well placed to be a problem.
Yeah. It's the weird thing about Master Quest Spirit is just how much of it is 0 key locked.
Yeah, finally.
Like everywhere we've seen so far is 0 key locked.
Yeah, of course.
The lower adult is 0 key locked.
But in the 0 key locked locations, you kinda have to have 5 small keys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why it was surprising to not get. Okay, please do Paradox now. Oh, I don't really like this. Especially as you don't have Song of Time.
I think the thought here is that I'm going up, I'm lowering the lift. It's something I need to do anyway.
Yeah, actually that's fine, yeah. Also, these are
You're gonna have to spend those keys anyway.
This is the only 2 keys you need to spend, really. The problem right now is that he spent the small keys, and he's out of good chests to open. You know what I mean?
They made everyone's favorite room in the game better. They looked at the shift-in wall room and said, "Do you know what this needs? Silver rupees."
You know, this room is actually not that bad for one reason. the game
Because you're hard
forces you
required to
get
have long shot anyway.
Yeah, you're hard required to have long shots for this. So I actually think the room is better.
Oh yeah, it's 100% better.
Yeah. Okay, so
Just can't imagine it'd be like
okay,
without the long.
the problem right now is that Ksinjah needs Rafa needs to do a bad check, a check that is guaranteed to not have his boss key to get a small key to spawn paradox chest. That's why I don't like this route. Actually, no, Topson can still have a small key.
Yeah,
That's...
I think we're gonna see ksinjah get the mirror shield hit go mode at least before Rafa finishes. Definitely.
Yeah, treasure chest game is kind of done now.
Yeah.
There's an invisible. Oh wow, he actually does this with a flame circle.
Didn't know it stuck out that
There's
far.
this chest here, and that's not a small key. That's a big yikes.
Yeah, that one only had the possibility of being key 7 anyway.
Yeah, but that would have helped a lot right now.
It would have been nice, yeah. He's
Like
also...
this route became kind of stinky because of the key locations that are really bad.
Yeah. You've got to make sure you don't get hit by the wall master when you unfreeze, when you melt the face. Basically, this entire room has a wall master constantly following you.
Yeah. So now he has to do Sunblock, which is guaranteed to not have a boss key. Well, I think he just has forgotten that Requiem is logically
Requiem's
required.
bad. And I
It's
don't
very
blame
easy to forget this. Like, we are nearly 3 hours into the seed. Everything was pain
Nearly
and
3 hours
tomorrow.
in. Only 3 hours in, and all we need to do is talk about it instead of play.
Yeah. You only need to get these 2 sunblocks. Even if you want the skull,
Yeah.
you actually don't need to bring the sunblock that can make the skull easier, because oh my goodness, this is his routes mega sucks because of the key placement.
Has not paid out.
Yeah, he actually needs to do liver and silver rupees now for sure.
Yeah.
Because of that.
I think both of them have to be keys now, I believe.
Yeah. They both need to be. No, actually no.
Yeah.
No. They don't need to both be if the child has 2 keys. 2 small keys.
Oh yeah, the child. I wasn't counting the child in that count. That was what went wrong.
I mean, it was close to guaranteed to have one of the small keys as a child anyway. At this point. Also, the Scarecrow is a troll. If you hit the center of it, well, also Cyphos.
Also one of the only useful Scarecrow placements in Master Quest, since there's no Scarecrow in Fire anymore.
Also, you need to kill all of the Floor Masters of this room.
Funnily enough, you only need to kill one of them.
Really?
You only need to kill the original one. The other 3 that land despawn once they go up the first time. Kind of like the purple lever, in that it doesn't need to die, it just needs to leave.
Okay, so you still need to spawn them, but
yeah, you spawn them, but Don't need to kill them, although it's equally as fast to kill them.
Okay.
This is the best room in the game, everyone, as you are required to kill levers.
Yeah.
Ignore Navi. Do what you
This
always
is the-
wanted to do.
This is the only room you need to kill levers in. It's basically a spin attack festival. And if you want to ask
need
why
to.
there's a Triforce symbol on the floor, it's just for opening the door.
Yeah. You can't leave the room until you play Zelda's Lullaby.
Hello, big lever.
And
This is
gets
how
the
I
kill.
learned. Yeah, small key, of course. This is how I learned that big levers exist. This room.
Oh, I learned big levers exist as a child out of sheer frustration. Just
I
killed a load
never
of them. Was
bothered with
annoyed.
levers in vanilla game.
I
was like,
listened to Navi.
I was like, I kill one of them. There are three
Oh.
that respawn, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Ksinjah forgetting why you Ksinjah forgetting why you opened the latch in the middle in the first place. Dropped down, didn't press the switch.
Okay, these 2 silver rupees. Then you hit the switch. Then you absolutely don't miss the silver rupee in the water. Otherwise, you're kinda boned. And then the 2 silver rupees left are very easy. Okay, so most likely a small key here. Could still be an item. Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay, now back to check clam and spawn paradox chest. For sure.
Ksinjah running through her notes there, trying to remember how you spawn the lens chest.
This is the moment you dual wield playing OoT and opening the MQ playlist. Been there, done that.
Yeah, I think that's her remembering there's a switch up there.
Yeah.
And
But you
dealing a
need
boulder
to-
to the face.
You need to work on
Need
it.
to climb back up, unfortunately.
You kill everything here, including the like. It's actually required. That's one chest.
Yeah.
Okay, it's dead.
How do you enjoy killing the like?
This like from above, I hate. From below, there's a strat. There's also a strat from above, but it sucks a little more.
Oh, I throw bombs at it. From above.
Yeah. Save before
Just drop
opening
them
this door.
like frag grenades.
Still, I wouldn't check this chest before opening the door. Because you cannot beat the boss key.
Yeah. Oh, didn't save though.
Yeah,
And
I
there's
win!
boss key.
That's...
Well, it does explain the Requiem.
Yeah. The round was it. At least it's not Symphony. Symphony would have been terrible,
Oh.
terrible thing.
Symphony is the same as when you hit go mode in water and then find out you have to go do AD for some time. It's just deflating.
No, it's even worse here because you also need to do escape.
Yeah.
So yeah, very happy.
Yeah, you have to do Ice Cavern and then.
I really wanted Paradox to be it because I actually want to sleep tonight and not spend the entire night on commentary.
Yeah, I had to bite my tongue earlier when I was about to say that it was nice to see one of these Master Quest races not end up going 4 hours.
Yeah.
Then realized that the possibility of required go mode ice and forest was on the table.
Yeah. Well, we are probably finishing in about 10 minutes. even
I'm
less.
surprised
Really.
ksinjah didn't go for the frogs first, considering river is path to Twin Rover.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
mean, we
it's,
know it's for Iron Boot.
honestly, it's a really well played seed from Rafa. The only thing
Yeah.
I'm a little like I was like concerned from his plays was not doing the MC after doing Link the Go Round. I
Yeah.
really didn't understand that. But besides that, everything was incredibly solid during the seed. Also, yeah, and maybe going into forests,
Dune Forest.
I didn't really agree with that, but it still made sense. But yeah, very very solid game. Definitely knows Master Quest, doing the right things, the right routes in the dungeons. Ksinjah also played really solid in this one. The mirror shield
You know,
location is
as I
extremely
said,
unfortunate.
for someone who first played Master Quest Dungeons about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, the only big mistake is like water temple. That's about it, which is pretty fine. Is you only lost 5 minutes in there. It's really
Yeah.
okay.
And not knowing the peak in Deku.
Oh yeah, not knowing the pink in the queue. That could have been a terrible time. Oh my goodness.
Although, it looked like she's going
It's for
into
Goma.
Deku again.
It's for Goma.
Oh, for Goma, yeah. Well, at least we'll find Strength 3.
Yeah, and then do a GC and be disappointed.
I think you still do Treasure Chest game before
Yeah, of course.
Castle Fairy. Or Gan's Castle Fairy.
Yeah, that's true. Treasure chest game is good, so
It's just on the way, yeah. But you do land on it.
thank you, Dekubaba, for pushing you out of. Okay, no, you still.
Oh, great.
I thought the Dekubaba pushed out of.
Saved you from falling.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, this seed hasn't been too unkind. I mean, the first two paths were pretty useless in that, you know, there's a bow in graveyard for lights on Cack Archery.
Yeah.
Two things
So
that you don't
had,
really want to see in it.
Those had Sensong and OoT with Bosky and Symphony.
King of the Dongo had the bomb bag directly hinted on Lab Roof. And the only hints for Twin Rover were just pointing you towards the medallions.
Especially
the mirror shield
towards Requiem, actually. Pointing towards Requiem is the biggest thing.
Only that mirror shield is the awkward step. And at least one half of that equation was hinted. Twin Rover not playing too nicely. Positioning a little bit off. Not quite far back enough.
There's not that much RNG in
ksinjah.
Twin Rover. It's mostly the start of a fight that is really strange.
Yeah, it's positioning.
Yeah.
There really isn't that much RNG that makes them unhittable.
Yeah. After the first time you hit Twin Rover, you can manipulate them to guarantee having good positions for the next hit. Because of hookshot and bow.
Yeah.
It's just the
And
start.
ksinjah going into night market. Only one reason to come here.
Thank God.
So
Ksinjah
we
will
will
hit
be
the most
seeing
before.
go mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ksinjah isn't too far behind. That's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a close race. If this mirror shield were anywhere else, this whole this race is a different story entirely. Yeah, if you put
Yeah,
mirror
if it's in
shield in Shadow Temple,
yeah, but if
you
if
put
it's
mirror
in
shield in Ice.
Deku, if it's in Deku, it's a wider gap.
Yeah.
At least Deku was dead. Okay, I hope we can get an interview with both players. I'm not sure we will get them, but I would appreciate an interview with both of them.
Hopefully we will.
Okay, ksinjah hits go mode.
And there is go mode for Ksinjah too.
Okay. Let's see if ksinjah does the route. I'm assuming not, because it's really hard to see, and you actually need to be familiar with Spirit Master Quest.
Yeah.
Like, pretty hard to do
I
this
think
one.
she's probably worked. She'll have worked out that Requiem's required, but knowing exactly which chests are 7 key locked, I mean, I have to
Okay.
think back to a map I wrote.
Also, thank you, Lax, for
Well,
having a bomb bag.
well, that it is a bomb locked bomb bag. Does explain the hint.
Yeah. What was the second bomb bag? Because
We haven't seen it yet.
okay, because chat is saying third
I'm
bomb bag.
expecting it to be in Gan's Castle.
Fountain Fairy. Oh, okay, it was reset.
Oh, is the one in Fountain Fairy? Okay, well that's bomb locked as well. Explains the path.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, because Rafa was go moding at that time. And here's the start of Gan's Castle.
Yep.
Kill
The
all
only
the
room
enemies.
you will see, which is a kill all enemies room.
Yeah,
This is
it's
actually easier than
Castle
you think.
yeah, Gan's Castle isn't quite as brain off when you're in go mode. Still need to do some fighting here before you go into
Yeah.
the tower.
There are two nightmares. There's the casual nightmare, which is called Fire Trial, because everybody hates the silver rupees. And there's the expert nightmare, which is Shadow Trial, when you don't have lands, or even worse, hovers.
Yeah, I had to do hoversless Shadow Trial in one of the Saws weeklies.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it.
it's
And
never
that
in
wasn't
logic
even Master Quest.
It's never in logic without hovers, and the trick is never activated without lens. Like, it's
Yes,
that
so
bad.
this
Like,
tournament
we
does
require lens for
this
this.
tournament does not have it. Yeah, this tournament does not have the trick enabled, so the lens is required for crossing the wasteland, treasure chest game, and Shadow Trial 2.
Yeah.
To
And
clarify, there's a moving platform in Spirit Temple, an invisible moving platform like the one in Shadow Temple, except it moves at an angle.
And really fast.
Yeah,
moves
and doesn't stay
really
still
fast.
very long. It zooms.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't hit the boulder perfectly, like that, you really need to hit a special spot of a boulder. Too far to the right, too
You
far
also
to the
need to
left.
You also need to make sure that you look at it. I've found often that the boulder hitbox just stops existing.
Okay, let's see if Ksinjah knows about this clip. And that's a no.
She does not, because I pointed out it existed, and she said that I'll think about it when it came to learning it. Which is fair. There's a lot of things to learn and a short amount of time before the tournament starts.
Yeah. It's unlikely to burn you once in the tournament, but when it burns you, it burns you really hard, like 3rd-degree
Yeah.
burn.
Child Spirit is not particularly powerful in Master Quest.
It's because you have to climb. That's the problem. Like if you do just the bottom loop of Child Spirit, it's fine, especially if you have
Yeah.
Spawn Paradox. But having to climb to Din's Fire this frozen eye to just slingshot that eye, that's really bad. Absolutely terrible.
So out of the chests that Child can get to, so I was just paying attention to how Rafa's fight was going. I did wonder where Ganon had gone. Thought he got lost. But no, it was just the ball check, the ball move. But yeah, a lot of Child Climb is 6 key locked, which means it's behind Strength 2, it's behind Longshot, it's behind a lot of items. Which means that the chance of you finding something by climbing as Child is low. So this entire room is 6 key locked.
Yeah, I actually like what ksinjah did right here. Of just Blueberry River by depositing bombs on it. That's actually faster than what Rafa did. Okay, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best way I've found to do it as well.
No, ksinjah reset. She didn't check Paradox. That's really sad. She was so close. Oh, she had only 1 key. Ooh, that's really sad. Oh, yeah, she's not gonna have a good time.
Where was the other key? There were 2 in the first room, weren't there?
Yeah. Just play ZL on the hand.
Yeah, that's another one. Will
That's
she
the
go to
second
Paradox
key.
or?
That's the only other key available early.
Or were there not 2 in the lobby?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. When I mean lobby, I mean the opening room.
Yeah, but
And
the second one was.
Get your GGs in the chat for Rafa.
Yeah, GG's Rafa. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. I would get destroyed against him.
Yeah. And with a time of 3:11:04, Rafa takes this race.
Yeah.
I don't actually know the state of their group at the moment.
Also, GG's to ksinjah. That was really solid from both players.
Yep, GG's ksinjah. Hopefully we'll get them both in for a chat. I know ksinjah usually tries to finish out the seeds regardless.
Yeah, and to be honest, she's not too far.
Yeah, she's not that. I mean, it is go mode. You might not know it's go mode, but it is.
She's probably 10 to 15 minutes, maybe up to 20 if it goes really bad on the boss location. But
yeah.
Rafa is coming for.
I mean, it is 7 key lock, but at least the chests that can have keys aren't that bad. The worst chests in this dungeon are the ones that can't have small keys.
Yeah. Okay. Rafa is coming for an interview. So
Yeah.
he
After 3 hours,
Yeah.
give him a little bit of a cool down
Killing
before
of
coming in.
Orbimals, spawns the chest. Rafa skipped that one.
Yes. So this is the room that has the infamous Song of Time puzzle.
Yeah. You need to play Song of Time 3 times in 3 spots. Like 2 spots actually.
Drop a block. Drop a box to put in a blue switch.
You need to play Song of Time near.
Working out that you have to do that is. Working out you have to do this on the fly is a different matter.
Yeah, you can join a waiting room voice chats. And The Retrimmer will drag you in with us.
Yeah, so it's in the Zelda Speedruns Discord, not the Ocarina of Time one, just in case. And to be fair, both runners are having a pretty similar Spirit Temple, just both having a poor time with keys. The location's not playing well for them.
I like ksinjah going immediately into the child climb room, but missing the small key is gonna murder her chances of getting the boss key early. I think you are in the wrong Discord server, Rafa.
Yeah. It's in the Zelda Speedruns Discord, not in the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord. Yeah, this is the general channel, not rando specific, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, we love the other races that go on in this channel.
Just need to drop an invite.
You send them the invite.
I'm trying to find the link to the invite. Okay. Retrimmer did the job. I'm too slow.
Okay. Thank you, BT.
Yeah, that's a good moment to say again. Thank you. Thank you to both trackers and Retrimmer for
I
this
don't
one.
remember. I don't know if we have a command to do the. There we are. Thank you, BT. So yeah, thank you to Rafa and ksinjah for taking part in this race for us. Thank you to our trackers today for keeping what's on the screen up to date, Carliana and Mr. Moxie. And thank you to Alkaline Ace for joining me on commentary. And you know what? Thank you to me too.
Yeah, and thank you to you too, of course.
Yeah, thank you to you too.
And most of all, thank you to the chat for keeping us right
on
what was hinted and what wasn't.
Also, welcome, Rafa, GG's.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was a really
a tough seed, but okay. The middle seed was kinda full clear until you find your Odins. So
yeah, you having a hard time.
A bit.
You having a hard time finding the Dins actually probably saved you here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When I found it, I was like, "Oh shit, it's late." Then I remember the Dins and the hovers that were pretty hard to find, honestly, if you had Dins before. Because did ksinjah get it before?
Yeah,
it was the mirror shield. She had the hovers from Child 1. It was just the mirror shield being in in an awkward spot.
So, so I guess she did all of shadow, maybe all of spirit, ice, I guess.
No, not yet. She avoided ice. Went to follow Storm's checks after
you both avoided
Shadow.
ice.
Yeah, you've basically both done the exact same checks in a different order.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So she didn't do deep fire. She didn't do deep shadow.
None of you did.
And most of deep
fire,
shadows on a time lock.
Yeah. None of you did fire besides the bottom room.
I see. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think the biggest things are okay. Let's get ksinjah in there. So yeah.
That was a short interview.
Might be a mic thing to.
She's in the waiting room.
He's back in the waiting room.
But yeah, doesn't. Okay. Oh well,
Yeah.
well.
Welcome, ksinjah.
GG.
GG's.
Hey,
GG.
GG.
That was a solid race from you two. So, ksinjah, you actually don't need Song of Time to get your Spirit Boss key.
Oh,
So you,
nice. Okay.
What you needed to do was get a second small key and go back to the child climb room with the like you go below, you open the door and you hammer the switch. It will spawn
No.
the paradox chest, and that's the boss key.
Oh, I was.
It.
Wow, I was thinking about doing that hammer. That is that the paradox check? I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was thinking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
doing that, but wasn't
There was
sure.
actually a way to know it's one of the 7 kiloct checks. Like the path hints point that Requiem is logically required, which means that
Mhm.
it's either Child Spirit or a 7 kiloct check. So the best route to go mode Spirit at the end of the seed is to go into Spirit as an adult, only focus on Paradox Chest and spawn it, and then even if it's not the boss key, you go back Child and you do Child Spirit. And
Oh, okay.
if it's not that, it's Symphony Room, and you need Song of Time and Epona.
Yeah.
So to do
Okay.
that, to do that, you would have needed a second small key, which at that time you didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
that's
was
good to know.
there was a second one in the lobby. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Okay. Yeah,
that's
that's definitely good to know, because I was actually like, okay, I'm gonna try as many checks I can in Spirit and just hope I find the boss key. But yeah, that's the stage of my not MQ knowledge where I am, that I don't. But that's good to know about. Yeah, that it's possibly 7 key locked and.
It's
Okay.
very hard for Requiem to be required to beat Spirit in Master Quest. You need the
Okay.
boss key to be in child section, like it was here, or to be
Yeah.
7 key locked. That's if it's 6 key locked, it's very unlikely because you would need the 2 checks child to beat keys, which is very unlikely considering the amount of checks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Master Quest
Okay.
Spirit key
There
logic.
are
all
very
around.
there are very few
never
checks
learned
7 key
double
locks in
click
the
in the
dungeon.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's definitely something that's very good to know. Thank you. That's interesting. So it's way less hard, or like, yeah, hard required, I guess, than in normal vanilla Spirit.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Requiem is not often required.
Okay.
So you both had quite different routes to begin with.
Yeah.
You both
The biggest
went
difference is
Kakariko,
TMC.
you climbed Trail. Rafa, once you completed Goron City, you headed straight to Child. Wow, ksinjah, you picked out the hookshot and the strength from the crater. What pushed you
Oh,
to
you got
Child
it
that
early.
early, Rafa?
Yeah, I really wanted to push it, and I was quite happy because I found the Kokiri sword and the slingshot, which made me find the other hookshot. The hookshot in DQ was my first, and actually the second in DMC I got it quite late compared to the first one.
Yeah. We thought it was really bad for you at that point. But
Yeah, we were worried about that.
Yeah. But we were very worried for ksinjah the entire seed because she actually mispicked the chest in Song of Time block in Deku Tree. It's a big one. It's not a small one.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you looked from the right side. You need to look from the left side. It clips only from the left.
Oh no. Okay. Noted. Shit.
So
I knew that you can peek it, but okay. Okay.
Yeah. If that chest was required, you couldn't finish the seed.
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's good that it was not required in this one.
Yeah, and good that you tell me that I know for the future. Thank you. Damn.
So yeah, we were worried about this. and the mirror shield in treasure chest game actually kills you because Rafa got the mirror shield before Din's fire, which makes his route much better. Basically, he hits claim check in shadow, and that's like, okay, I'm in go mode, guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay.
When I got it, I was like, fuck it, I skipped the 2 key in shadow. I'll go mod it.
Also,
Yeah. Why did you get the what made you get the lens and do, because I only got the lens when I was in child cleanup, but
Yeah, same.
like
okay.
I got it after I reached Requiem before Out of Logic. So when I got to CAC, I was like, do I do the whale? I didn't really want to because I didn't have lens. It was Out of Logic. And I didn't really have a lot of checks left. I had DC behind fire and end of forest. And then I found the lens on Andrew and I was like, fuck.
Okay,
I have to do the whale.
Okay. Because I mean, for me it was way later, I think, because I did my child cleanup after I did Jabu, so I already beat Shadow and Water and Jabu after. I didn't.
That must be because
you actually pushed over the wasteland. You actually pushed over to the wasteland at pretty similar times. It's just that ksinjah, you went to fire and picked up Din's. Rafa, you went for child cleanup, and finding mirror was a lot more helpful than finding Din's, because Din's opened up so many spots for you to find your mirror shield, while Rafa had a lot less place to look for Din's.
I think
in the end I was
ksinjah had the chicken's hints for plants. And
oh,
where was it?
Hero Castle 2.
Really? But I think I found. I think I saw both though. I think I saw it twice actually.
Yeah,
later.
maybe because I stopped reading hints pretty early when I had all the ways. Yeah. I stopped reading.
I actually think that you not getting the hints worked in your favor. Because
because when you know that it's on chickens and you I did Dampe after I did Jabu and stuff, so I did all the CAC child checks super late when I was looking for mirror shield, so knowing where the lens is made me not pick it up.
You didn't really want to pick it up.
100%.
Okay, so what you're all saying is that I'm a fucking lucky bastard.
Honestly,
I think that's overstating it a bit, because you both picked up lens at sort of the same stage. Like you both picked up the lens during child cleanup at the end, and then did the treasure chest game at the end of child cleanup. Whether you knew lens was there or not, you're still leaving treasure chest game till last. It's just when you do when you do chickens that changes. So I don't think either of you lost or gained much time on that hint.
Okay.
I think the difference is mainly Rafa is a little more used to MQ and clears dungeons a little faster.
Yeah,
I really like MQ. And
I'm having a lot of fun too, but I'm still relatively new to it, so I struggled with a few spots. But I mean, in the end, I was so happy that I actually committed to the child cleanup, because I was like, well, mirror shield can be basically everywhere. So I did Jabu, and I was like, okay, before I commit to forest and fire and ice and get Song of Time and do the rest Song of Time checks in Shadow or TTG or Water, I rather clean up child. So I was in the end extremely surprised that I found the mirror shield on chess minigame, but at least I was in go mode and already doing spirit when you finish, so I'm very happy about that.
You were pretty close, honestly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you're not too far from finishing. You just need to actually get this boss key in Paradox.
Yeah.
Honestly, if the mirror shield was in Shadow, this would be an incredibly close race.
Yeah. ksinjah, you were ahead in Shadow. So.
Okay.
Just because of that Din's lead.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, I thought I lost time how late I got the dins, but I guess was not the case. Because if I
Well-
find the dins earlier, then I would have not had as many trouble with my water MQ too. So I would have been faster
Oh,
there.
well, you.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
struggled a
triple
bit.
dip it too?
Yeah, I think 3 or
Yeah.
4 times. I don't know.
Of course.
But yeah, I
It's
struggled a
actually-
bit.
Yeah, the central pillar torches are actually the hitbox of the torches is actually not what is displayed on the screen. They are actually vertical. They are not diagonal like they are shown.
They
You need
are
to hit
Oh.
behind them. Yeah, you need to hit behind the torches. That's why.
Oh, okay, yeah, I struggled with hitting the torches and I was a tiny bit mad and had to get magic again.
Yeah,
It
that's
was-
the
There's a
reason.
reason
not
it's a
logic.
trick.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
trick.
There's a reason it's set as a trick.
Oh,
It's not enabled. It's not enabled in this tournament, so you are logically
really?
expected to have Song of Time and Dins.
Yeah.
oh,
It isn't
really?
in logic. I was
Only that
sure
room.
it was in logic. Okay.
Only that room because it sucks.
No, we did.
Oh, okay.
We discussed.
Oh.
We discussed putting it in, but in the end, we stuck with the sort of same trick list as in standard.
That's also
Well,
good to
speak-
know.
Yeah.
Speaking of standard, it's interesting that even though you changed all of the dungeons, the seed still came down to when do you go back into fire?
Yeah.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah, yeah.
At-
Like you
at
can
least-
easily just go fire way earlier, and yeah. But that's the question. Yeah, when do you go to fire?
I think it makes a little more sense in MQ to go back into fire, but only slightly. I think
It's
fire
fine.
makes
It
more
has
sense.
one more item.
Yeah. I just think that fire makes more sense than forest because forest density is actually quite bad in MQ. Less chest, more keys, so less checks, and also stone dungeon. And the biggest problem is that you can be Song of Time locked really early,
Yeah,
and also you can be long shot locked in forest.
yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of hard
fact,
to
this
go.
was a-
when to go
In fact, this was a long shot locked shadow. Long shot locked forest. Didn't
Yeah,
matter, but it was.
Yeah, I think it's a long.
Song of Time locked.
You were Song of Time locked. So the boss is a Song of Time locked, guaranteed,
Yep.
100%.
Because you need to
I
do the
know.
Wufos room, right?
Yeah.
You always need to do that one.
The boss key is on the Volfos.
Oh,
So
okay, that's
it's in logic to beat the Volfos, exit the room, and come back to the Stalfos to get their chest and continue in the dungeon. But opening the chest in the Volfos is not in logic because you cannot go back without Song of Time if you don't open the chest.
That's why
Ah.
I didn't do PG. I knew it was out of logic, and as long as I didn't have Song of Time, it was useless to do it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you have Fortress Dead and Big Pause is basically something you ignore.
Fuck Big Paul.
Yeah. Like if you need Epona, it's for Symphony. Like if you need Epona for Big Pause, you'll just cheat it because
I seriously remembered it at the end while I was searching for the PK. I was like, oh no, please no Symphony room.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Really
too.
Yeah.
scared here.
if you add Symphony Room, it's a plus 15 minutes at very least
Yeah.
because you need to do Ice and finish Forest and then get your Epona as a child. That's a big feels
Ksinjah,
bad.
it would be particularly awful for you because 3 hours and 11 minutes in, how many bottles do you have?
I
Only
had two.
one.
The root
Did
of
you get your
letter one.
bottle?
Yeah, I only had the Rudos letter
Rudos
one.
The
Yeah.
other was on
OGC.
OGC, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's OGT.
OGC Ferry. We were
Yeah.
worried to begin with that the scale in Valley was path to get the strength in Lake to get
Yeah, that's why I
almost
went
out of
to
OGC.
it.
And then you
That's why
picked
I
up
went to it
a
really
bottle
fast.
in there.
Ksinjah only did Deku like 10 minutes before fishing.
Oh,
So
yeah,
she only
that's
got
it.
her strength 3 super late.
Yeah. I mean, I would have
agree.
done
Like
if
ultra
I
early.
if Mirror Shield wasn't on chess minigame, I would have done OGC next. Like that would have been my next check that I did, but then I was in go mode. I didn't do
We're
go
spinning.
because I was a bit worried about the B1 skip with the Deku Baba, so I was like, I have long shot, I'm gonna get out of here. So
Yeah.
Just,
Okay,
just
so
shoot with a spin shot.
if you want to, there's a lot of strats to like make this Deku Baba a non-problem. You either Deku Nut it just before your jump, or you just slingshot it 4 times.
But
I guess
the
I
nut
could
is
have done that.
the easiest, honestly.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
also fast.
The hardest part is in fact the business shrub, since it can snipe you from afar.
Mhm.
That's for me the hardest part.
Yeah. If I have magic and Din's Fire, I just Din's Fire. That
Yeah,
also
no.
sends the Deku Scrub.
Normal.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to bother with it so early in the game and be frustrated, so I was like, nah, I'm gonna leave this behind and see how it goes. Because I knew I would get bomb back at some point anyways. Worst case, I quickly go back, which I did in the end, but
Yeah. We were worried for a while that considering like Valley path to Twin Lava, River path to Twin Lava, like we were seeing that logically the BK song would be most likely required. We knew that BK Burning Axe song would be Requiem at this point. So we were like, yeah, Valley path to Twin Lava is probably that long shot behind the Pona, right? And then
yeah.
Rafa opens
Oh.
a hookshot in Deku, and we're like, they actually scratched that idea.
Yeah.
It, it then got particularly awkward when we had scale leading to strength 3, which led to a bottle, and then we saw that the Ruto's letter is locked behind possibly behind King Zora. We were looking at the idea of, oh, you need a scale to get strength, to go get a bottle, to defrost King Zora, to get Ruto's letter.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
That was
I
possible
didn't even have
because
those. I didn't have these worries because I mean, at some point I found the magic on Valley Hammer
Yeah.
Rocks, and I mean, yeah, I didn't find Strength 3, so I guess that made me not be worried. But I can see why you guys were, maybe.
Luckily, it didn't last long, but we were spinning ideas around for a while.
Yeah. I see.
But I think that is all the questions we had for the runners. So
yeah, I think that's it for me too.
we already did the thanks.
question.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question, Rafa?
No, I didn't have any question left.
Oh, you
Same.
didn't. Sorry.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll thank the runners again. Thank you, Rafa and Ksinjah, for letting us review this. And
Thank you for the
thanks for
experience.
joining Master Quest. You've come
Thanks.
to the right side.
Yeah.
Even if you've only been here 3 weeks,
You're right.
you're on the right side now.
I'm on the dark side now. They have cookies, right?
That makes it the better side.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you for
thank
the
you to our
free stream.
listeners.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks
Thank
to
you
our
to Ariana and thank you to Ace for commentating along with me, and you to V Blacker for streaming this for us today. Running the
yeah, thanks to Michael Commentator Pro for being here with me. We wanted to see Master Quest stream, and it's not have volunteers for. So
And we'll try to get more from MQ on here, and of course, still standard season 8 is still going on as well. Plus, also we got wrapping up the end of the Zelda 2 randomizer tournaments, their standard tournament and their NIT tournaments. We're trying to get those on as well. But other than that, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see y'all next time.